if it stays, Jim, we don't get this fixed for
Good evening, everyone. We welcome you back to the field house here in Sikeston, Missouri. It is night number 3, semifinal night of the consolation bracket of the 2022 SEMO Conference Tournament. Welcome back courtside, Joe Northern, along with the former Three Rivers standout, Hannah Thurman. Delighted to have you with us. I can tell you 3 words about night number 2 last night: dominance, blowouts, and low scoring. Wouldn't you agree on those?
Absolutely, I would agree for that.
Well, of course, now we have 2 games trying to avoid getting blown out of the building, and we think we have a really good matchup tonight between Sikeston, the 8th seed, Notre Dame, the 8th seed, Sikeston, the 4th seed. Really talk about, what we've seen from these 2 teams. What can they do to try to go home tonight to avoid going home?
Notre Dame has the quickness. They don't have the height that Sikeston has, but they have the grit and the fight, like that we've seen all tournament. And so I think this is a good matchup for them. Sikeston does have the height against them, but Notre Dame may be able to handle that.
They very well could. One thing we noticed between Notre Dame and Charleston last night is that Notre Dame hung tough with the Blue Jays, controlling possession and controlling timing. That was until P.J. Farmer came into the game and really ignited the Blue Jay offense. You'll get a chance to see them tomorrow night. But for Notre Dame, one thing we've noticed with them too is that control and possessions and taking advantage of their guard play, and it all starts with Will Morgan.
Exactly. Will Morgan has showed the fight, and especially down in the paint. We have these 2 players up against Trey Sadler's. The big body, 6'10", and he's going up against Morgan tonight, and that'll be a good matchup, I think, for them.
That will be a good matchup. Meanwhile, for the Sikeston Bulldogs, they come in at the 4 line, expecting to hang tough with a rejuvenated Jackson squad. That didn't happen. With Jackson going on a 26-0 scoring run to start the ball game, and not to mention Sikeston struggling on shooting to start the game. Got a little bit better over time, but yet falling to the Indians by 38. What does Greg Hollifield's squad need to do to try to get themselves rejuvenated tonight?
I got to watch a little bit of practice the other day, and he just constantly talks about patience. You got to move, you got to cut to the ball, open up the floor, and so I think that's what they need to do. They need to pass quick. They need to make not quick shots. They shot a lot 2 nights ago, and so that's something, or last night. So that's something they don't need to do as much. Just calm down and just have patience.
Patience is the key word of the evening. Could very well be one of those games. It could be 60 points across the board, knowing how Notre Dame likes to slow it down. And from what we can see in the word patience is patience and maybe only 40 points a team. Would you expect something really low scoring in this one tonight?
I think that there will be a lot of, inside scoring. I don't think there's going to be as much of that. The shooting, from Sikeston, I think they're really going to try to work that ball inside and get the height on them. So
that they will. So it is the battle to go on to play on Friday night between Sikeston and Notre Dame. The winner will get the winner of our late game tonight, which should be a dandy between Poplar, Bluff, and Dexter. Of course, we will preview that game for you when that time comes here at the arena in Sikeston. And of course, you can see fans starting to fill up just a little bit more. Right behind us too, the Sikeston student section ready to go and dressed to the dimes to try to top Notre Dame. But it's all about getting points on the board. Sikeston and Notre Dame looking to do just that. Notre Dame, if they win, they're back in the consolation final. Sikeston, if they win, they're back in familiar territory and would try to avoid something that hasn't happened in 2 seasons, a 3-game losing streak. We will join you after the game with our thoughts and a preview for our next one, but it is tip-off time, and it is coming up in just a moment. We'll send it up shortly to Jim Riker and Bobby Alford.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Experience the magic of Christmas in the Hollow. An all-new Christmas tradition awaits, where your family can find and take home the perfect tree, ride the train through the Wonderland Christmas lights, and even meet the big man himself. Don't forget to visit the shops for decorations, tasty goodies, or that perfect holiday gift. There's so much much to do and see. It's like a Christmas movie come to life. Christmas in the Hollow at Pumpkin Hollow. For more information, visit pumpkinhollow.com.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Broadcast Center here at the Aycorp Media Networks at the Sikeston Fieldhouse. I'm Jim Riker, alongside is Bobby Alford, and we're set to bring you this game between the Sikeston Bulldogs, seeded number 4 in this tournament, and the Notre Dame Bulldogs, seeded number 8. This game is brought to you by Southeast Health. In need of access to care and health services, Southeast Health in Dexter has you covered and ensures that all patients in their care will be taken care of. Bobby, a matchup of two Bulldogs here, and one of them sort of planned on being here, the other one not so much.
And, Jim, you know, you look at these teams. Notre Dame didn't play I would say very good their first game of the tournament. I thought they played well last night against Charleston. You know, Kennett, the game, you know, it just wasn't very smooth for either team, but I thought that Notre Dame played well last night. Sikeston did not play very well. They are falling in danger, Jim, of shooting too many threes. And, folks, we've got to go to break real quick for the national anthem. We will be back after this.
Thank you.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are you wanting to spend more time with your family this Christmas, but don't know where to start? December 1st through the 25th, Aycorp Media will be broadcasting 25 days of fun, engaging activities straight from Tana Odell's book, Christmas Together. Each night will contain devotions, cooking, and family fun for you to join in on. To find out more and purchase your copy today, visit our website and join us for each episode in December on Aycorp Media's YouTube and Facebook.
Jim, I think we're back live now after the national anthem. Folks, real quick, you know, looking at Sikeston, they shot it poorly from 3 last night. I believe we looked at the numbers, Jim, 3 of 16, 18%. And they didn't shoot it great inside the arc, I believe at 28%. What that tells me is they've got to find opportunities inside off the glass, especially early in this game, get some points, get some scoring rhythm going on. I think that's important for Sikeston. The Bulldogs on the other side, though, Notre Dame, they have shot it well enough from outside. Jim, I'm going to go upset tonight. I'm calling now Notre Dame Bulldogs will pull off the upset win here tonight to advance.
All right. So the starting lineups are being announced for the Notre Dame Bulldogs. Number 1, Logan Londaway, a 5'8" sophomore. Number 2, Greg Dennis, a 6'3" senior. Sophomore, 6'3", number 5, Brett Dohan. 6'1" senior Reese Callow, number 12, and Will Morgan, number 35, who had 13 last night, a 6'6" senior at the post. For the Bulldogs of Sikeston, Dontrez Williams, who had 14 last night, a 6'4" junior. Chris Artez, a 6'1" sophomore. Trey Sadler, a 6'10" sophomore, big kid in the middle. Harrison Arndt, 5'11", a senior, and 5'10", Creighton Sarakakis, a 5'10" senior. And we are set to go here. Ball is up, tipped, taken away by the Sikeston Bulldogs. Inside to Williams, jump shot in the lane, up and good. Dontrez Williams with 2.
Exactly what the Bulldogs need to start out with, something easy in the paint. Good score by the Sikeston.
Full court press, of course, by the Bulldogs of Sikeston. Dennis inside, ball taken away by Sadler. Quickly up the floor. Artez to the basket, up and good, and it's 4-0 Sikeston.
2 easy baskets, Jim. What did I say pregame just a few seconds ago? They've got to look to that glass more.
Notre Dame would like to slow it down a little bit probably. They kick it out to Landaway, who kicks it up top to Dohan. 2-3 zone for the Bulldogs of Sikeston. Inside to Greg Dennis. Kicks it left side, and they reset some offense. Long jumper by Callow for 3, off the mark, no good. Nice rebound by Brett Dohan, up and good over Sadler, and it's 4-2.
Jim, Callow shot the ball well the first game we had on Monday night from 3, but you never shoot bad passes. That was a tough one to catch and shoot. A little off balance, but they got the rebound in the bucket.
Arts with the basketball up top into the middle. And kick up top, and they'll reset against the zone of the Bulldogs of Notre Dame. Inside, Dontrez Williams, turnaround jumper up, no good. Tip taken down by Notre Dame. That's Dohan, he kicks it out to Landaway. Landaway looks down the floor to Callow. In the middle, that is Will Morgan, up, no good, gets his own rebound, goes back up off the glass and goes in, and we're tied at 4.
Way to stay with it. You know, it's not necessarily a failure shot, but he stayed there with his shot, able to get that rebound.
Long 3 up off the mark, no good. Rebound, Dontrez Williams. He's going to try to take it to the basket. Knocked away by Callow and stolen by Callow. Quickly up the floor for the Bulldogs. Loses control of it, gets it back, and then we're going to have a foul called there, and that'll go on Harrison Arndt. That'll be his first, team foul number 1.
Jim, already a change in the game for Sikeston. You know, Dontrez Williams likes to play outside. He was our leading shooter from the floor as far as his taking his mini shots. He took, I believe, 7 from the floor inside of 3 and 7 outside of 3 last night. So, you know, he likes to shoot the ball. They've moved him away from that three-pointer. His 1 of 7, I believe, last night. Got him inside the paint, trying to go with a high-low look with him.
Notre Dame with the basketball. We're tied at 4, and a steal by Williams. We could see a dunk here, folks. It's up and slammed home, one-handed by Dontrez Williams. He's got 4 now, and it's 6-4 Sikeston. Essner struggling a little bit in the backcourt. Ball's loose, kicked out of bounds by Williams. Will go back to Notre Dame. Sikeston, Bobby, really jumping in those passing lanes.
Jumping the passing lanes. You know, they're going to be the more aggressive team on defense, and they've also got Dontrez Williams backed up on defense. He's the one they do not want to get in foul trouble.
To Callow. Morgan at the free throw line, up, no good. Rebound taken down by Wiggins. He gets down the floor with it to Williams. Williams a little, travel on that one. A little too many steps in that Euro step.
Well, and taking that ball, kind of palming it under and wrapping it, and then bringing it back over the top of himself. That's what caught him there.
Sikeston with a number of substitutions already in the ball game, trying to put a little pressure on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's played 3 nights in a row, so we'll see if that fatigue factor comes into play. And that's going to be a foul on the Sikeston Bulldogs, and that will go on, I don't know if it's Wiggins or Williams. That goes on Wiggins, his first, and team foul number 2. 6-4, 5:14 to go here in the first. Landaway, the sophomore, with the ball, gets it across the timeline. We saw Johnson shoot the ball pretty well on Monday night. For him, he shoots right there, up and good. 7-6 Notre Dame.
That will be his shot, is that three-point shot. Sikeston's going to have to look at maybe backing down a little bit. Give them room up in the front court once they pass half court. They're not going to score from you there anyway. Back that thing down just a little bit where you can control that defense a little better.
Clifford checks in for Morgan for the Bulldogs of Notre Dame. He had 7 last night in their loss to Charleston. Sikeston works against the double zone, the zone 2-3 zone, and that's going to be a foul on Logan Landaway. Just got a little over aggressive trying to get that steal. First foul on Notre Dame. That is Kobe Thompson. That'll be triggering the inbounds over there, and he'll kick it out to Wiggins. Back out to Thomas. Wiggins for 3, up and good. Tristan Wiggins for 3.
Jim, that kid is an absolute shooter, very fine ball player. Sikeston's missed him the last couple years. He's moved back in town, and I'm sure they are glad of it.
Sikeston, bad pass taken away by the Sikeston. I want to say the Bulldogs, but that doesn't do much good. Wiggins, a 3 from the corner, up and off the mark, no good. Landaway on the floor after it. but McCauley comes away with it for the Bulldogs of Sikeston. Left side, Thomas for three, long, no good. Rebound taken down by Landaway, the shortest guy on the floor. He'll bring it up, try to slow it down a little bit. He's cut off there, and they kick it back out to Stewart. Now to Dohan. Inside, that's Clippard, trying to work his way around. He does go up and under, no good though, rebounded by McCauley.
Tough shot there by Clippard. He didn't commit fully on the play underneath until late.
Wiggins going to throw it back court here, and that'll be a turnover on Sikeston.
Jim, interesting enough, last night in that Dexter Kennett game, we saw a back court. That ball rolled all the way down and out of bounds underneath the basket.
Right.
When you do that, they gave them Dexter the ball underneath the goal. That was headed that way. You want to touch that same thing as soon as you can. Don't give them that ball any closer to the basket than you have to.
I noticed that same thing last night, Bobby. You're exactly right. That's a good call. 9-7, Sikeston with the lead, extending their defense a little bit. Clippard at the high post. Thought about the shot, doesn't take it. Now to Dohan for three, off the mark, no good. Rebound taken down by Dontrez Williams. He's up the floor quickly with it, kicks it off to Arndt. Williams puts it on the floor, drives into the lane, turnaround jumper from 14, up and good.
Tough shot right there by Williams.
That's 6 for Williams now, go along with 2 rebounds. Head to Johnson. And a bad pass taken away by McCray. He's down the floor, and he's going to be fouled by Landaway, and that's going to be an intentional foul as he grabbed him from behind to try to stop him. So that's 2 shots and the ball.
Well, and you picked up a foul with a 2-shot. That's just never a good play. You know, he's thinking, I'm not going to give him this easy basket, but just run through it, stomp your feet, clap your hands, whatever you got to do, but don't do that one.
And so Laker and McCray, a 6'1 sophomore, will have 2 shots after this break. It is Sikeston 11, Notre Dame 7. We'll take a break and be back here on the Aycorp Media Networks.
Julep, julep, julep,
If Moreland's not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
Back at the Sikeston Fieldhouse, we've got Laker and McCray to shoot 2 free throws here from an intentional foul, and then Sikeston will get the ball. They lead by 4, 11-7, 2:58 to go here in the first. Free throw is good. The winner of this one will play Friday night at 5:30 in the Consolation Championship game against either the Dexter Bearcats or the Poplar Bluff Mules. We'll have that game for you next here on the Aycorp Media Networks. McCray knocks down both free throws.
Well, Jim, real quick on Dontrez Williams, he's got 6 points in the game. All of them have come inside the arc. Big area of concentration there. You know, he's a kid that likes that 3. He struggled with it. Stay there, Dontrez. That's where you're good, and that's where your team is succeeding right now.
Sikeston inbounds in the corner to Arndt. He thought about the 3, kicks it back to McCray. They'll reset some offense here. They are flashing Dontrez Williams to the middle. Arndt for 3 from the left side. Short, no good. Gets his own rebound, though. Kicks it back out and then knocked away and stolen by Schumacher, who's in the game for Notre Dame.
1 of 5 right now in the game for Sikeston for 3.
Dennis wide open for 3 from the right side. Boy, nice rotation, up and good. His first basket of the night. Thomas looks inside, not there. Williams will take the 3 from the top of the circle. Good. Dontrez is feeling it tonight, Bobby.
Maybe he's going to be good outside the arc tonight too, Jim.
Yeah. 16-10, Sikeston with the lead now.
9 of 16 points for Sikeston by Williams.
Johnson with it, gets double teamed over there, bad spot, gets it away, off to Dennis. Puts it on the floor, tries to drive baseline, does drive baseline, up off the glass, and good. Tough shot there by Greg Dennis, but he gets to go down.
2 consecutive buckets for Notre Dame from Dennis.
16-12 now. Inside to Sadler, good defense by Dennis that time with the steal. Just took his man away. And then throws a bad pass out of bounds. Somebody's got to come to the ball a little better, Bobby, for that.
Yeah, I mean, he's given up the fact that he's not a ball handler there. Guards got to come to him, and they both of them stayed far side of the court.
and right together, so he had no option either. You're exactly right.
You know, Jimmy, you can tell also Notre Dame's done their homework. They're not chasing outside shots very hard on these threes. They're content with letting Sikeston shoot that to see how well they can. They know they've struggled as well in that area.
Sarakas from the corner, good. That's a three. And it's 19-12 Sikeston.
If Sikeston can keep shooting it like that, you will see Notre Dame have to extend at some point.
Dennis thought about the three, goes down the baseline off the glass. It's short, no good. Tip taken down by James. To Wiggins. Wiggins to the basket, nice Euro step and blocked out of bounds by Stewart. If Sikeston shoots the basketball well, Bobby, they've got a good chance to win. They're in their couple of losses, they've not shot it very well.
Well, and that's where I was at with my predictions, seeing their shooting percentages and how they were losing those games sometimes. I had to think, Notre Dame had played well, kind of lead me to believe that, Notre Dame might sneak in one on them here, but Sikeston right now up 19-12, and it's been a lot of Dontrez Williams doing the right things as he had one stripped there.
They'll reset. Dontrez gets it back. He'll take a three. It's up. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound by Callow. He kicks it off to Stewart, who gets it ahead to Shoemaker. Nice pass in the lane. Up and good to Greg Dennis. He's got 7 now, and it's 19-14.
You remember Monday night, one thing we talked about with Notre Dame, their court vision was so much better than Kennett's. And right there, they had great vision of the guy coming down the lane.
Notre Dame in their 2-3 zone. Left corner Sarakas for three from the left side, off the mark, no good. Tip taken down by Dennis. Quickly up the floor for the Bulldogs, behind the back. Kicks it in the corner for Callow for three, short, no good. And then we're going to have a over the back. I believe that'll go on Stewart, number 22. We'll see here. Yep. 11. Excuse me. That is on Schumacher. 17 seconds to go here in the first, and it's 19-14. Sikeston with the lead. I think the pace of the game favors Sikeston right now as well, Bobby. They've sort of sped it up a little bit on Notre Dame.
Yeah, I don't think Notre Dame wants to get in a running match. Get back, play this thing soft, and let it ease into it. And hopefully you see a lot of this by Sikeston. Keep that ball way outside. Do not chase the basketball right here for Notre Dame. Maybe that's what you want to see. That's a long three for them.
And that's going to end the first quarter. We've got a score after one here at the Sikeston Fieldhouse. Sikeston 19, Notre Dame 14. We'll be back in 1 minute with the second quarter here at the SEMO Conference Tournament on the Aycorp Media Networks.
If you feel like you never get the time you need with your insurance agent to find the right coverage, it might be time to make a change. Tyler Miller of Flatland Ag Insurance in Clarkton works to make sure, each and every day, that his clients feel they are taken care of. With years of experience in crop insurance in 4 states, he strives to provide you with the exact coverage you need for your specific situation. For more information, give Tyler a call at 573-276-8044. Here's to another great year.
We're for agriculture. For growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
Just a reminder, tonight's game is sponsored by Southeast Health. In need of access to care and health services, Southeast Health in Dexter has you covered and ensures that all patients in their care will be taken care of. Well, Bobby, 5-point game here. Sikeston with the lead. They've shot it very well to start this ball game.
Here's one number, Jim. We looked at it in pregame, you and I did. Notre Dame did not get very many shots off last night in their game. They've got 12 right now to Sikeston's 16 attempts. So that trend Sikeston's way with a score of 19-14 as long as Sikeston doesn't fall in love with the three too much.
Inside, try to get it to Clipper, knocked away. Taken away by Wiggins. He's up the floor for the Bulldogs of Sikeston. Thomas with it now, or James with it. Wiggins inside. Good double team and a steal by, let me see who that is, 21, Thurston, and he's going to walk with the basketball and turn it over. Nice steal, but then turn it over on the offensive end. Dontrez Williams checks back in, got an extra 30 seconds so break there during with the timeout.
Quick way to get yourself subbed out of a game is turned over right under the basket, Jim.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We didn't talk about much in the pregame, but Sikeston's young. You know, a lot of sophomores out there playing with this group. It's a good group of sophomores. A lot of sophomores out there, though. Dontrez Williams, jump shot up, good. He has been money in the lane so far, Bobby.
Jim, all week long I've talked about kids need to be able to shoot the jump shot from the free throw line. I think that is his third shot knocked down on that exact call I wanted. I mean, it's a lost art, I believe, and kids being able to knock down that shot, it's got to be in your arsenal in high school basketball, and Dontrez Williams is doing a great job of it tonight.
Yeah, now, I would probably force him to go to his left a little bit because all of his shots have gone right so far.
Yes, he's turning, wanting to go that way, so you just got to push him a different way, expose that ball to your side.
Foul was on Wiggins, his second. Callow misses the free throw. 3 team fouls for each team.
Well, that's a bad one to lose with just under 7 minutes left in the second is Wiggins. As fine as the ball handler they've got on that team, he can be a good shooter, very explosive kid.
Art, Sadler, and McCray all check back in for Sikeston. Callow's free throw, no good, missed them both. But out of bounds off of Sadler's hands will belong to the Bulldogs. For Notre Dame, Johnson, Morgan, and Dohan check back in right now. So we've got the starting 5 except for, I think Johnson didn't start, but everybody else starting 5 for the Notre Dame. They get it out to Johnson. He thought about the long 3, didn't take it, and then throws a bad pass, and Dontrez Williams with the steal, and we'll have a foul on Johnson, and it'll be out of bounds on the side. That was another dunk waiting to happen.
Yes, most definitely so, and not exactly a terrible foul right there of Johnson because he knew what he did on purpose, but that's only their 4th team foul. They've got a little bit to work with.
Notre Dame around the perimeter with it. Now inside to Williams. And he kicks to Sadler off his hands, taken away by Londaway.
Good interior defense for the Bulldogs there of Notre Dame.
To Stewart. Now quick ball movement to Johnson in the corner for 3. Good. Nice ball movement by the Notre Dame Bulldogs right there.
He never had to even think about it. As soon as he caught it, he passed it. That's where you have to be in your spot on the floor, and they spread the floor well that time.
Shot is no good that time by Williams from the 3-point line. Notre Dame with the rebound, 4-point game, chance to cut it to 3 or 2. Londaway fights through the pressure, picks up his dribble, and then gives it off to Stewart. Stewart gets it back, corner again. Dohan this time from the left corner. They are making their hay over there in that left corner with the 3s, and we've got a 1-point game.
Sikeston's going for too many traps, and it's opened up wide open shooters all over the floor right now for Notre Dame.
Arts for 3, off the mark, no good. Rebound taken down by James, no good. And then Londaway with the rebound, playing a nice game here. Slows it down the backcourt, lets Sikeston set up their pressure a little bit, but they break that, no problem. Inside, knocked away, good hands there by Lecrae and Dick McCray.
I like where Sikeston's at in the backcourt there. Try to use the half court as your trap. If you don't get it there, guys, you've got to move in a hurry.
Notre Dame with the basketball. They trail by 1, 21-20, 5:23 to go before halftime in this first consolation semifinal. Long 3 up, off the mark, no good. Nice rebound, though, flying in there. Will Morgan with the basket, and Notre Dame takes the lead, 22-21.
Morgan had a big game last night, and he's following it up again tonight, Jim. 4 in a game, he's got 5 rebounds already.
They're trying to get the ball inside to Williams, and Notre Dame doing a nice job of shutting that down right now. Left side to Arts, then to Williams. He does make the catch there, has to kick it back out up top. Nice head fake and drive to the basket, up, no good. Williams, though, with the rebound, up and good. Put the offensive board back.
But Jim, he didn't like the situation of trying to go left there. He got rid of it and then cleaned it up right off the rim.
Dontrez has got 13 already, 13 of the 23. Left corner, Johnson, 3, shot no good, but he is fouled on the 3-pointer, and he'll go to the line to shoot 3, I believe.
That fouls Williams. Is that his first, I believe?
I believe it is his first.
His second. His first.
Team foul number 4 on the Bulldogs of Sikeston. So that will send Colton Johnson, the 5'11 sophomore, to the line to shoot 3 free throws. Notre Dame last night, I believe we looked at it, shot 83% or something from the line. So they had a good night in the free throw line. This time up and good.
Well, the good thing for Sikeston right now, that is Dontrez Williams' first foul. He's got 13 of your 23 points. That's a good spot right now for Williams. I mean, you know, he's got one to give before you have to sit him for the half.
Yeah.
He's okay for right now.
Absolutely right. You just hate it to be on a three-point attempt. Johnson has made 2 of them and makes the third. So Notre Dame leads by 2, 25-23.
Jim, at one time, Sikeston had gone 3 of 7. They had improved that percentage from 3. They're now sitting at 3 of 12.
25% won't cut it. You're exactly right. Up off the glass, no good. Rebound, no, taken down, then tipped away. And we're going to be out of bounds on, that was on McCray. He touched the ball as he was standing out of bounds, even though it was still in bounds, so it's an out of bounds, and Notre Dame will have the basketball. And Notre Dame has settled down a little bit against the press. They've been able to beat that press the last few times down the floor. Off to Londaway, nothing there. He gives it to Dennis on the baseline. Wanted to go to the basket, got it knocked away. Gets it back to Londaway. Cross court. Ooh, great catch over there by Johnson.
Towing the line very well.
And they're going to have a walk. Yeah, he fell, and when he stood back up, he traveled.
Yeah, and his point, he's telling the ref, look, I lost control of the ball. I didn't even have it, but it doesn't matter.
Right. Well, and he may have been saying, too, that Williams was pushed him a little bit, but I don't think that was the case either, so. Sikeston with a chance to tie or take the lead here. 3:40 to go before halftime. Good game so far in this first consolation semifinal. Dontrez Williams, long 3 off the mark, no good. Rebound out quickly to Notre Dame. Johnson down the floor with it. Crossover dribble. About a 12-foot jumper off the mark, no good. Rebound tipped down. Williams with the rebound for Sikeston. He'll bring it down the floor now. Gets it ahead to, and they'll reset. They get it to Williams, but knocked away. Good defense by Notre Dame. Ahead to Dennis.
That was a tough pass for Williams to handle.
Great block by Kobe Thomas there, 5'10" freshman with this block. And then we're going to have a turn the ball over on Dontrez Williams, and Notre Dame will get it back.
Well, Jim, you were on to something. He wanted to go right, couldn't. Wanted to go right and couldn't. He didn't feel confident enough to switch back over and cross over and go left.
Sadler checks in, replacing McCauley. And Tristan Wiggins with 2 fouls comes back in to replace Harrison Arndt. Notre Dame by 2, 25-23. Sikeston still in their 2-2-1 full court press. We've seen that for a number of years from Coach Hollifield. Head to Stewart, in the lane, jump stop, goes up. Fat Sadler, little bump, no call. Dontrez Williams with the rebound.
Sadler's the kid they need to get going to on either end. No rebounds, no points. Big presence inside. They need him involved some way in this basketball game.
Wiggins kicks it across. Sikeston tries to reset a little offense here. They kick it to Dontrez Williams. 12-foot jumper off the glass, no good. Sadler with the tip, gets the rebound, gets it blocked by Dennis, but then goes off of Notre Dame and out of bounds.
Good thing for Sadler, 2 rebounds right there. He needs to build off that. He can still be a presence inside. Don't let the block shot bother you, young man.
Thomas to inbounds. Sarakas in the corner for 3, left-hander, good. Smooth stroke, and Sikeston leads by 1. Callow gets it across to Londaway and across the timeline to Stewart. Up top, nice kick over to Callow, then to Dennis. Dennis is going to take it to the basket. He goes up, no good. Stewart fighting for the rebound, gets it, kicks it back out. Londaway for 3, off the mark, no good. And that's going to be a foul on Will Henry Stewart there. Just a little too much body on Sadler.
He had bad body positioning on a 6'9" kid. That's generally not going to work out in your favor for a rebound.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Will Morgan checks back in. He'll replace Greg Dennis for Notre Dame.
And what a presence. You know, Sadler quite early. He has pulled down 3 rebounds now in the last minute of this game.
Sikeston with the ball on a 1-point lead. Dontrez Williams, he's got 13. He kicks it off to Sadler. Kicks it back out. They go around the horn, then inside to Sadler. We're going to have a push on Stewart and a little discussion in there, I believe.
One deal there is let the push happen if you're Sadler. You saw those arms come around and elbows. He's got to remember, his elbows, when he turns around and does that, are probably along somebody's face level. You elbow a man in the face, and I can tell you what's coming.
Right.
A technical foul. He really needs to watch there. Even if it's just a simple turn and frustration, careful on that.
Sarakas for three from the corner, no good. Rebound taken down by Callow, but he's going to be fouled, I believe, there. It came away, but he's going to be fouled, and it'll belong to Notre Dame. That's on Sadler, his first.
And when I was talking about the elbows, there's nothing intended bad about the kid. He's just,
right.
His size could work against him there, and he needs to know that, I guess.
Yeah, because they're very cognizant of that. Callow with the basketball. Oh, nice pass off to Morgan, up and good. Great pass by Callow, great finish by Morgan, 27-26.
Jim, if I'm right, I don't even think that kid played basketball last year. It's his senior year. He said, you know what, I'm coming out, I'm playing, and he has had a game. Really been very good the last two games so far.
He has. You're exactly right. Wiggins down the lane. He goes up off the glass, high off the glass, and good. Little floater in there for good. Notre Sikeston with the lead, 28-27. Oh, can't go back court. Tried to, and it's a steal. Thomas down for the layup, up and good. Pressure got to Notre Dame right there, and it's a turnover and a basket. 3-point game with 46 seconds to go in the half. Callow, nice head fake inside. No, good pass. Great pass. Two great assists in a row by Reese Callow, and Morgan's been the recipient of both of them.
Again, beautiful floor vision by Notre Dame.
We've got a good one, folks. 1 point, 19 seconds to go, I believe. Coach Hollifield said let's hold it for the last shot here to end the half.
Yeah, if nothing else, they go on with a 1 point lead all the way up to possibly 4 right here for Sikeston.
Wiggins puts it on the floor. 12-foot jumper short, no good. Rebound to Dohan. He's going to take a long one at the buzzer. It's short, no good. So we're going to go to halftime with a fantastic game. It's Sikeston 30, Notre Dame 29 here in the SEMO Conference Tournament. We will be back in about 5 or 6 minutes with some statistics and the second half of this consolation semifinal. You are watching the SEMO Conference Tournament on the Aycorp Media Networks.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Juju Promotions in New Madrid is your one-stop shop for all your personalized merchandise. Whether it's screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, heat presses, or decals, we've got something that will suit your needs. So you, your school, or your business will always be looking its best. There's tons to see, from apparel to accessories. So what are you waiting for? Stop into Juju Promotions today in New Madrid, Missouri. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Entrusting us with your health care is one of the greatest compliments our patients and the community give us.
Thank you, Dr. McFerrin and the entire team at Southeast Health for getting me back on track.
Thank you, Eric, for placing your trust in our dedicated team. At Southeast Health, we have so many reasons to be grateful to our community and the patients who have chosen to place their trust in us. Southeast Health, always by your side.
First State Community Bank has been named the #1 bank in Missouri by Forbes, and we think they might be onto something. When it comes to banking, we've always said that people should come first, and we hold true to that idea. Opening an account has never been easier. You can even do it online. We want our community to thrive, and that's why we put it in our name. So come bank with the certified best at First State Community Bank, serving our community because it's who we are.
Are you wanting to spend more time with your family this Christmas, but don't know where to start? December 1st through the 25th, Aycorp Media will be broadcasting 25 days of fun, engaging activities straight from Tana Odell's book, Christmas Together. Each night will contain devotions, cooking, and family fun for you to join in on. To find out more and purchase your copy today, visit our website and join us for each episode in December on Aycorp Media's YouTube and Facebook.
At Focus Bank, we believe in really free checking. What does that mean? Well, opening an account requires no more than $25 with no minimum balance requirements or monthly service charges. You'll also have access to online and mobile banking, online bill pay, direct deposits, mobile deposits, automatic payments, e-statements, a nationwide network of ATMs, and an instant issue debit card, all for free. Your first order of checks is on the house, and you'll also receive a complimentary thank you gift. Come visit us in Sikeston, Charleston, Crothersville, or East Prairie. Focus Bank, simple, hassle-free checking that's really free.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
For over 100 years, Stoneville Cotton has helped farmers stay strong and win their growing seasons, delivering protection against key weeds and insects to maximize their yield potential. For more information, visit our website. Stoneville Cotton, own the early.
Experience the magic of Christmas in the Hollow. An all-new Christmas tradition awaits, where your family can find and take home the perfect tree, ride the train through the Wonderland Christmas lights, and even meet the big man himself. Don't forget to visit the shops for decorations, tasty goodies, or that perfect holiday gift. There's so much to do and see. It's like a Christmas movie come to life. Christmas in the Hollow at Pumpkin Hollow. For more information, visit pumpkinhollow.com.
If you feel like you never get the time you need with your insurance agent to find the right coverage, it might be time to make a change. Tyler Miller of Flatland Ag Insurance in Clarkton works to make sure, each and every day, that his clients feel they are taken care of. With years of experience in crop insurance in 4 states, he strives to provide you with the exact coverage you need for your specific situation. For more information, give Tyler a call at 573-276-8044. Here's to another great year.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded C&S Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. C&S has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
Bobby Alford back here at the Sikeston Fieldhouse. First consolation semifinal in the SEMO Conference tournament. And Bobby, a dandy game so far. Sikeston up 30-29 over the Notre Dame Bulldogs here at halftime. And just it's been an interesting game so far.
Interesting game. You know, there's some things that trend favorably for each team right now. And first we're going to knock out Notre Dame. They're scoring. What I really like about Notre Dame, it trends well for them. 7 points by Dennis, 9 points by Colton Johnson, 8 points by Morgan, 5 points for Dohan. They are separating out their scoring for several different kids in the books. They're also shooting the ball at 50% from inside the arc and from three. Those numbers bode well and really trend favorably for Notre Dame. Here's the deal, though. They've only shot 22 total shots in this basketball game. When you look at Sikeston, Sikeston has shot this thing 32 times. So getting off as many shots, that makes me fearful, and, the thought that Notre Dame may not get it, because the more shots you get off, the better chance you have. For Sikeston, though, right now, they are only shooting 37% from the floor, and it's mostly coming from one man shooting the basketball and hitting them. Dontrez Williams has 13 points, 6 of 11 shooting. That's 55% for you folks at home counting. And the rest of the board is sporadic at best. Sarakas has 6 in the game, but they are 12 of 32 for 37.5%. Jim, that doesn't bode well up against 50%. That's why we see the close game with the scoring difference. The area that I really like that Sikeston has, Sikeston will win the game if this trends this way continually. Notre Dame can shut it down and win it for themselves. Sikeston has 12 offensive rebounds, Jim. You tell me a team who have that many offensive rebounds and loses.
Not very many. You're exactly right.
If Notre Dame does not stop that, my pick pregame will be wrong. They will lose this game. Sikeston continues. I've got to believe the 6'9" kid down there is going to get a putback or two on that. They're going to convert some of these scores down there and get some easy baskets.
Nobody really in any foul trouble as well. Logan Landaway, the only one with 2, I think, for Sikeston, and Wiggins, 2 for Notre Dame, and Wiggins 2 for Sikeston. Other than that, nobody in really any foul trouble. So looking forward to a really good second half. Only, I think I saw 6 free throws, 2 for Notre Dame, for Sikeston, 4 for Notre Dame in that first half. So very cleanly played first half all in all, and just a good game. The winner of this one will play Friday at 5:30 against either Poplar, Bluff, or Dexter in the championship of the consolation game. Tomorrow night, of course, just the championship semifinals, which will be Jackson-Charleston, and it will be New Madrid County and Cape Central. Should be 2 really good games here on the Aycorp Media Networks.
Jim, another number for Sikeston right now, 4 of 16 from 3. I've harped on the three-point shooting a lot. That's 25%. That's a little bit below where you'd like to be. I'd like to see as a team at least 30 to 33%, at a minimum. But if they trend that way, they're going to be up above 33 pointers for the game. They need to hit some of those.
Sikeston with the basketball to start this second half. Inside, knocked away, taken away by Landaway. He comes up the floor with it. Gets it in the corner. Callow for 3 from the corner. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, Tristan Wiggins. Gets the head quickly to Arts. And he's going to step out of bounds, and there'll be a turnover on the Bulldogs of Sikeston.
Boy, that is a frustrating turnover right there for Coach Hollifield when it happens right in front of him. Nobody around really either.
Sikeston in there, press. Bad pass that time, but Notre Dame picks it back up. Callow takes it, kicks it to Dennis. He goes to the basket, up off the glass, no good. Rebound by McCauley. Gets it back, now left side, thought about it. McCauley didn't take the 3. Long 3, up and off the mark, no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds off of Sikeston, will belong to Notre Dame. Not a very good block out right there. Notre Dame got it back, but they need to block out a little harder, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's the leading rebounder for Notre Dame there, Morgan. He's got to get a better block out on him.
Morgan with the ball way up top. Off to Landaway. Into Morgan. Back to Landaway. Nice pass inside to Dennis, up no good, partially blocked by Williams. Morgan gets it back, goes up, no good. Williams with the rebound.
2 chances inside for Notre Dame to take the lead, and they missed them both.
Williams spin move inside, up off the rim, no good, gets his own rebound, and gets fouled in there. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Another offensive board for Sikeston, Jim. That is going to be the undoing of Notre Dame if they don't stop that.
Dontrez Williams, the 6'4 junior, will go to the line to shoot 2. First foul on Will Morgan, first team foul in the second half.
And Jim, Williams' body was taking him toward that rebound a little bit, but he still come from one side of the free throw lane to the other in that lane right there to get that rebound. That's poor blocking out by Notre Dame.
Williams 13.7 rebounds already in the ball game. He'll shoot a second one. It's no good. Rebound by Dohan. Londaway with it. Man-to-man. That's going to be a foul on Chris Arts. And I believe they've gone to a man-to-man defense here in the second half. They played in zone that first half, but Sikeston's gone to man-to-man, I believe.
Well, not a bad idea. 4 of 9 from 3 was Notre Dame. That's going to limit those 3-point shots. And we just watched Notre Dame last 2 trips down the floor. They've struggled underneath the basket.
Out. Callow with it. Loses his feet, but gets it back. Looks inside to Dennis, not there. Back out to Londaway. Backdoor cut. Callow up. No good. Short. Rebound McCauley.
That's 3 in a row down there, Jim, they've missed.
Dohan fights for it and gets it. Kicks it off to Londaway. 30-29. Still a 1-point game. Nothing scored here so far in the second half. We're 2 minutes in. Londaway with a spin move, not there. Off to Dohan. Dohan puts it on the floor. Bump. Couldn't get it away. Off to Dennis. Up and good. Good backdoor cut by Dennis for the basket. And that's that court vision you're talking about, Bobby.
It's been there, and, you know, Dennis wants to go right. We've seen him do that all game, and he just did a reverse layup and looked nice at it.
Notre Dame still in their zone. Wiggins will take the 3. Top of the circle, no good. Long rebound. Callow runs it down. Notre Dame with the 1-point lead and the basketball. Londaway, nice back door again. Now to Dennis for 3 from the left corner. It's short, no good. Rebound, McCauley. He's having a big half rebound-wise. Arts with it. 12-foot jumper from the right baseline, no good. Both teams struggling to put the ball in the hoop here to start the second half all of a sudden.
Sikeston has not had a basket in the first 3 minutes so far of this half.
Londaway is going to be fouled. A little push, I believe, by Chris Arts as he goes down the baseline, or down the lane. And Notre Dame will have the basketball. Subs coming in the ball game for each team. Coach Hollifield is going to take a timeout. It's Notre Dame 30, Notre Dame 31, Sikeston 30. We're going to take a quick break as well. It's a 30-second break. You're watching basketball on the Aycorp Media Networks.
Juju Promotions in New Madrid is your one-stop shop for all your personalized merchandise. Whether it's screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, heat presses, or decals, we've got something that will suit your needs. So you, your school, or your business will always be looking its best. There's tons to see, from apparel to accessories. So what are you waiting for? Stop into Juju Promotions today in New Madrid, Missouri. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Back at the Sikeston Fieldhouse, 4:55 to go in the third quarter. Notre Dame 31, Sikeston 30, this consolation semifinal. And Bobby, both teams having trouble putting the ball in the hole here in the second half.
Having trouble, and the man for Sikeston who had all the success in the first half, he had it basically inside around that free throw line. Find Dontrez Williams the basketball and give him that jump shot again.
Dohan's 3, no good, loose on the floor, still loose, tied up, and we're going to have a jump ball, and it will belong to Notre Dame. Good hustle on the floor there by both teams. Notre Dame will get it back. And immediately when they went to that zone on the inbounds, Notre Dame got the 3-point shot off. To Dohan in the corner to Londaway. Head fake. He drives to the basket. Shot's no good. He was in there in the land of giants there, sort of. Quickly down the floor is Thomas. He pulls it back out now and will reset the offense.
Get it to him right there.
Inside to Sadler. And we're going to have a push in the back by Brock Clippard. That'll go out of bounds to the Sikeston Bulldogs. Just a little too aggressive in there against Sadler. Williams inside up and short, no good. Rebounds loose, but taken down by Sikeston. Cross court, Sarakas. He's going to drive and he's going to be fouled there. Little grab by, I believe that's Essner with the foul. Sikeston once again will get it back. That's the third team foul, first foul on Essner. Arndt looks to get it in, does get it in the corner. And back up top into Williams. Thought about the 3, does take the 3. Good. Dontrez Williams from about 22 foot for the 3, and it's 33-31 Sikeston. They're trying to break through the press here. Still not across the timeline. Still not. They got to get it there. Finally they do. And they give it off to Londaway. In a bad spot there for a trap. In the corner, 3 for Johnson. Rushed that shot a little bit, no good. And taken away by Sirakas. He's up the court with it. Left-handed dribble, loses it. And then fouls Brett Dohan. Just lost that ball dribbling it down the left side.
Jim, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the first three-point attempt Notre Dame has been able to get off this half.
They got one off of a inbounds play where they had to be in the zone. But you're right. You're right. That's exactly right. And Johnson really sort of rushed that one a little bit because the man-to-man's defense is sort of forcing that.
Yes, Sikeston's done a nice job there of cutting that off this half.
Notre Dame with the ball. Londaway thought about the 3, doesn't take it, pulls it out, goes cross court to Dohan. Then to Stewart. Inside, nice move. And that will be Will Morgan. He will be hammered with the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And Morgan's got 8 in the game, and he can tie it if he can knock down both free throws right here.
Second foul on Dontrez Williams. Team foul number 4. Morgan, 6'6", senior, free throw, short, no good. He'll have a second. Free throw up, and this time nothing but net. 1-point game here. Still, like I said, good game going on for us in this first consolation semifinal. Williams, 15-foot into Sadler. Little baby hook up and no good. Gets his own rebound, no good. Stewart with the defensive boards.
Not a bad-looking hook shot there by Sadler.
Londaway in the backcourt. They get it across the timeline now. Off to Johnson. Johnson, a little floater in the lane, good. I like that sophomore, I tell you what. Nice touch.
He's got a good shot, and he's not afraid to pull it up in those situations. He doesn't let a hand in his face bother him.
He's got 11, and Notre Dame with a 1-point lead. Arndt with it, left side. That's Thomas's jump shot up, good. Kobe Thomas, the freshman, for 2, and it's Sikeston with by 1. Stewart still in the backcourt. Dohan gets it across the timeline to Londaway for 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, tip, good play by Dontrez Williams to keep that ball alive. And then we're going to have a foul, I believe, that will go on.
That's going to be a walk. That's a walk on
okay.
Notre Dame's way.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. I was looking down for a name and missed that. Schumacher's going to check back in for the Bulldogs of Notre Dame. Give Dohan a break.
Jim, the matchup I'm interested in is Dennis and Williams.
Oh, you got it right there. And he dribbles right into double team. McCauley takes it away. Little contact, but no call. Wiggins with the basketball. Knocked back out to McCauley. And Tristan Wiggins, the sophomore, with it. Sikeston by 1. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Dontrez Williams, left side 3. Good. That's sort of his spot right there. He's got now 19 on the night, and it's a 4-point Sikeston lead.
That's a deep 3 there for Williams.
Notre Dame can't let this get away in the next minute and a half with turnovers like that. Tristan Wiggins to the basket up, short, no good. Artist gets the rebound and the basket and the foul. And this is just what I was talking about, Bob. You can't let in this last minute and a half let this game get away from you by turning the ball over like that.
Well, you know, when they have taken their time and setting the floor up correctly, Notre Dame's getting through the press easily. They rush through that thing right there, and the turnovers just happen.
Coach Underwriter's taking a timeout. He's thinking the same thing. So we're going to take a break. It's Sikeston 40, Notre Dame 34. You're watching the SEMO Conference Tournament on the Aycorp Media Networks.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world-famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Arts with the free throw, up and good. So a 7-point Sikeston lead, biggest lead for either team tonight. Is that 7? Minute 30 to go before the end of the third. Notre Dame with the basketball, get it across to Dennis. Bad pass, turnover, ahead to Arts. He goes down again, up and good. 9-point Sikeston lead. They're on a, I believe, a 8-0 run right now.
It has unraveled on Notre Dame here in the last few minutes. Struggling to handle the basketball, and they can't find a way really to stop Williams. I mean, he's got 20 in this game with the 43 points.
Londaway off to Callow. Callow drives inside, wild shot, no good. Rebound taken ahead. Arts is going to run it down, go for the layup, up and good. 45-34. I wonder if fatigue is starting to be an issue with Notre Dame with 3 games in 3 nights as well. Dennis behind the back up. Great move by Greg Dennis. Wow. Cuts it to 9. That's going to be a travel. Yep, he stutter stepped, couldn't decide where to pass it exactly, and stutter stepped and turned the ball over.
Well, Jim, we've got basically 1 quarter to go, 28 left in this one. Sikeston had shot, I believe it was 16 threes at halftime. They've only shot 4 this whole quarter. That's a good move by Sikeston, and look at the score. I mean, they've responded by it. Remember, they struggled and didn't score the first 3 minutes of this quarter right here, so they have really responded, coming, 14 points in the last 5 minutes.
Londaway with it in the backcourt, double teamed, steps through it though nicely. Johnson with it, kicks it. Schumacher loses it, taken away by McCray. Quickly down the floor, and the bounce pass behind Wiggins. He kicks it out to Dontrez Williams. Williams knows that spot over there, that 3-point spot. Boy, he's feeling that spot. And it's 23 for him, 48 for Sikeston, and that's going to be the end of the third. Sikeston on a big run here to end in the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. It's Sikeston 48, Notre Dame 36. We'll be back in just a minute with the fourth quarter of this game here on the Aycorp Media Networks.
Entrusting us with your health care is one of the greatest compliments our patients and the community give us.
Thank you, Dr. McFerrin and the entire team at Southeast Health for getting me back on track.
Thank you, Eric, for placing your trust in our dedicated team. At Southeast Health, we have so many reasons to be grateful to our community and the patients who have chosen to place their trust in us. Southeast Health, always by your side.
Back at the Sikeston Fieldhouse, Bobby, first real run of the game there in that last minute 30, minute 45 of the the third quarter. Sikeston put the run on, and that's opened up the lead.
Well, they have, and I thought it was going to be offensive boards. Maybe we're just getting off more shots, but it was their defense. Their defense turned it up, created turnovers, easy layups. Everything just went Sikeston's way right there in the last few minutes of that quarter.
And the switch to the man-to-man, I think, really bothered Notre Dame some offensively. They didn't score very much. Only scored 7 points in that quarter, I believe. Sikeston with the basketball.
And, Jim, I don't think they've hit a three-pointer this half for Notre Dame. That was a big part of their scoring in the first half.
Arts with it in the middle, kicks it out to McCauley. He's going to take a 3, left-hander up off the mark, no good. Rebound's going to be a foul there. Dohan with the rebound, foul by Chris Arts on the play. 5th team foul for the Bulldogs, 3rd on Arts.
Yeah, I want to say the pronunciation of that is Artis.
Artis?
I believe.
Okay, all right. Steal, up, Wiggins, no good, but he'll be fouled and go to the line to shoot 2. That foul's going to go on Will Thurston.
Well, that's not the kid you want out there picking your pocket. It's Wiggins. Get that thing away from him.
Yeah.
He has got super quick hands in there.
Wiggins has got 5 points in the night, 4 rebounds.
Jim, his body reminds me a young version of a Fred Thatch. Maybe a little smaller. Fred was, I think, about 6'2", 6'3", but the build Wiggins has, just that body frame does a lot.
Yeah, you're right. That is it's very similar. It's a good call. Sikeston's all of a sudden open up a 13-point lead here. Make it 14. Sikeston 5 of 7 from the free throw line on the night. Notre Dame trying to break through the pressure. They do get it across. And then a bad pass once again. Just too easy a pass. That is Kobe Thomas up and good, the freshman. And Coach Underwriter's taking another timeout to try to draw something up. I think we'll keep it right here. Bobby, just the defense of Sikeston has really ratcheted up here and given Notre Dame's all sorts of problems.
Well, and the defense is happening at midcourt. When Morgan caught that ball over there on the far side of the floor, he never looked anywhere toward the basket. You're 6'6", and everybody on that floor except for Sadler is smaller than you. Sadler is sitting over here on the bench. Put that thing way up above your head. Nobody's going to take away from you there. There's not one person on this floor that's going to take it away from a 6'6" kid when he raises that ball high. Raise it, pivot, and look.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right there. Just a reminder, Aycorp Media has been working hard this year on the season premiere of Christmas Together, a book by Tana Odell that has been turned into a series of episodes for 25 days of Christmas that can help your family connect during the Advent season. It's never too late to order your book today online at ChristmasTogetherBook.com and follow along on Aycorp Media's YouTube and Facebook pages for the rest of the episodes at 5 p.m. every night until Christmas Day. So what do they have to do to get back into it now? Well, Notre Dame, that is.
Notre Dame needs to be able to shoot threes, but I can tell you, Sikeston hasn't allowed it very much at all this half, and no made threes. Jim, there's still 7 minutes left in this game, but I'm almost ready to start warming up the choir. I mean, this one's getting close to being over because I just don't see how in the world Notre Dame will pull back into this.
Stewart off to Dennis inside. Up blocked by Dontrez Williams. And then they slow it down a little bit. Inside Wiggins, a little stutter step, kicks it left side. Williams for three, good. 26 for Dontrez Williams.
Has 13 at the half, and he's already matched that now with 13 in this half.
Notre Dame breaks through the pressure, gets it off to Callow, then to Londaway. Jumper up, long, no good. Rebound taken down by Sikeston. McCray with it. Williams once again. Boy, he is feeling it right now.
Every single three he's hit except one has been from that side of the floor. He hit one earlier in the game from the top of the key, but he likes that spot. Get a man out there on him.
Yeah, absolutely right. Callow with the basketball for Notre Dame to Dennis. Inside, good hands there by McCray. The sophomore brings it down the floor. This rotation has really worked well for him. Wiggins up good for three. It's raining threes right now. All of a sudden, we've got a 25-point game. It was just 1 point, 31-30, Notre Dame with about 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Another turnover right there at half court.
Wiggins up and good. Just shows how fast a little defense can turn a game around.
It's hard to believe this is a 1 point game at the half.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And a lead after the half for Notre Dame.
Yeah, they were up by one. Dennis double teamed, and we're going to have a foul called. 5:22 to go. Second game tonight here on the Aycorp Media Networks will be the number 6 seed Poplar Bluff Mules and the number 7 seed Dexter Bearcats. The winner of that one will take on the winner of this one Friday night in the Consolation Championship. Wholesale subs coming in for the Bulldogs of Notre Dame. Dohan to inbounds. Schumacher back out to Johnson. To Dohan for three. Good. Brett Dohan with three. He's got 8 now. Sarakas short. Sadler with the rebound. Back to Sarakas, and he'll kick it back out. Thomas with it.
Sikeston's got to be content with this. I mean, Notre Dame's going to have to come out and guard.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They can dribble as much time as they want off the clock as far as Sikeston's concerned. They're happy with that.
Easy inbound in here, and he can bring this up slowly. Yeah. Now they're going to go into a man-to-man.
Screen set for Thomas. 15-foot jumper off the mark, no good. Rebound taken down by Notre Dame. Essner with it. Inside, good pass inside to Clippard. He's going to go up left-handed up, no good. Rebound taken down, Dontrez Williams. He's got 8 rebounds now. In the lane, and we're going to have turned the ball over. Got his hand underneath it a little too much.
Defense has absolutely won this second half for Sikeston. Notre Dame's only scored, 9 points this whole half.
Right, exactly right. 10 of 26 three-point shooting for the Notre Dame, or the Sikeston Bulldogs tonight, too. They've been hot in the second half with that. They were 4-16 at halftime. We got a foul on the floor over there. That'll be the 7th team foul on Sikeston, so we will shoot 1-1, I believe. Now, Sirakis' second foul. And it will send Colton Johnson in the line to shoot a 1-1. Johnson with 11, Dennis with 11 for Notre Dame. Will Morgan, I believe, had 9 at halftime and still only has 9, so he's not scored in the second half. Up and good.
Well, 3 of those 9 were on that last 3 they had just hit right before this by Dohans. You know, they had struggled mightily up to that point.
Second free throw by the sophomore Johnson. Long, no good. Gets his own rebound, goes back up. Strong, no good. Williams with the rebound. Gets it ahead, Sirakis. Back to Williams. Runs the floor, great up and no good. Sadler with the tip, no good. Off of Notre Dame, out of bounds, though. Williams gets the rebound, runs the floor, gets the return pass. Really nice job of running the floor there.
Yeah, he has done it all this game, Jim.
Londaway and Thurston check in for Notre Dame. Essner checks out, as does Clippard.
You know, and he had 13 points in the first half, and shooting, I'd say, was pretty good. But the second half, his shooting has just been spot on. He has not missed many.
No, absolutely right. Arndt for 3, good. Harrison Arndt with a 3. 66-40, Notre Dame, Sikeston. Johnson with it up top. Notre Dame, Sikeston content to play that zone now. Knocked away by Williams. Kicks it across Sirakis. He'll bring it up. Thomas will take a long 3 from the right side. It's short, no good. Rebound taken down by Londaway.
That's not a very good shot there by the freshman. He's got to know you don't need to shoot 3s at this point in the game, and definitely if you've held it that long, waste more clock off.
Bad pass taken away by Thomas. He goes up and good, and he'll be fouled and go to the line to shoot 1. Kobe Thomas with the basket. He has 8, I believe, now. Clippard checks in. Second foul on Will Thurston. And Kobe Thomas, the 5'10 freshman. Good-looking freshman, too.
Yeah, he's going to be a player for Sikeston. They'll pair him with Wiggins in the future. And, you know, as those kids are juniors and seniors, Wiggins is senior, he a junior. Boy, they're going to be a stout group to watch.
Yeah, McCray, 23, who's played quite a bit tonight, is also a sophomore that will be in that group. So, yeah, you're right.
Sadler, another one. I think he is a sophomore.
That is right. That is right. Sirakis with it. Up top to the aforementioned Kobe Thomas. Well, Londaway just reaches in there, grabs it for a jump ball, and it'll belong to the Notre Dame. Jaquan Applewhite checks in, a 6-foot junior for the Bulldogs of Sikeston. Cormarian Gray's also in, a 6'2 senior for Sikeston. Forgot to mention that earlier. Londaway with it for Notre Dame. Johnson Callow for 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound taken down by Applewhite. Thomas bursts of speed down the floor, little floater short, no good. Rebound by Johnson, he kicks it to Callow. And now to Londaway. Cross court, Shoemaker for 3, short, no good. Rebound though, Clippard up and good. Brock Clippard with the basket. 69-42, 27-point Notre Dame lead. Reach around by Clippard on the, he was reaching over, and that'll be free throws for the Sikeston Bulldogs.
Foul on Notre Dame
Well, barring some kind of major miraculous comeback, Jim, this is going to be a formality of time marching right here. Sikeston just really come out and played great basketball in the second half.
Yeah, they really did. The man-to-man defense, I think, that Coach Hollifield switched to at halftime really made that difference in the third quarter and got that big spurt, and then it was all downhill.
And it got Notre Dame out of shooting rhythm from the threes and what they do on the floor, spacing and having lanes to pass it in. And then the defense right there at half court, they just absolutely picked it up and swarmed Notre Dame.
Ball tip taken away. Lots of tips, a lot of quick hands and tips going on in this second half, it seems like. Thomas with it. Cross to Applewhite. Back to Thomas. He'll take the three off the mark. No good. Rebound Sadler. No good. Tip taken back out. Inside. Sadler. 18-foot jumper right side. No good. And over the back on Applewhite. Went high for that rebound, but went over the back, and it'll be Sikeston shooting free throws with 1:17 to go.
Sadler doing everything he can to get in the scorebooks right there. It just would not fall for him.
Will Thurston checks back in for Notre Dame, replacing Reese Callow. Notre Dame will drop to 1-4 on the season. Sikeston will go to 3-2 and will play on Friday night. Notre Dame will be back in action on the 13th at home against Park Hills Central.
I believe, Jim, that action will get underway at 5:30 Friday night. Is that correct?
That is correct. 5:30 for the first one, and then 7 for the third place game of the championship, and then 8:30 for the championship game.
You and I will be back on air for all three of those, matter of fact, Friday night.
We will. 69-44, 25-point lead. Sikeston with the basketball, just trying to run out the clock here. Two freshmen out there at the top. That's Thomas with the ball right now. Ben James, number 4 on this side. Three short, no good. Rebound, Londaway. He's down the floor with it. Picks up the dribble, now kicks it off. Clipper, top of the circle. Three off the mark, no good. Ben James with the rebound.
Boy, Sykes has got the chance to slow it down here and just dribble this thing out. Big comeback win for Sykes, and after, not playing the way they wanted to at all last night, just getting drummed in that first quarter really and never recovering. They come out, struggled some in the first half, didn't like the game plan they had, and they made some changes at the half and come out just a totally different team.
Absolutely correct. So Sikeston's just going to hold the basketball. Notre Dame's content to let them do that. So it's going to be a 69-44 final, we believe. And Sikeston will play, as we said, Friday night, 5:30 against either Poplar, Bluff, or Dexter, depending on who wins this next ball game. Notre Dame will be done here in the tournament, going 1-2.
Well, Jim, no doubt player of the game, Dontrez Williams. He had 26 points and 8 rebounds in this game. He just had a night not to forget for himself as he come out and lit it up from 3. Last night, 1 of 7 out there, and tonight, he was just absolutely fabulous to put on the performance he did. Real quick in the game for Notre Dame Bulldogs, it was 11 points in the game. Greg Dennis, 13 for Colton Johnson, 8 for Brett Dohan, and 9 points for Will Morgan, 2 Brock Clippard, and 2 for Trenton Schumacher. As a team, they shot it 35% from the floor on 16 of 45 shooting.
And, Bobby, that was 50% at halftime, so you see how they probably didn't shoot but 22 or so % in that second half.
Yeah, and the turnovers also kept up. I think it shows 21 total turnovers right there.
And they had 8 at halftime.
And 8, yeah. That defense really changed the game right there. Not a lot of opportunities for free throw line tonight either. 8 of 11 there, so only 5 of 17 is where they finished the game shooting 3. They were actually 50% shooting that as well at the half.
Right.
And, that just really changed the game for them. They couldn't get the shots to fall for them. For Sikeston in the books, it was Tristan Wiggins on 16 points on the night. Dontrez Williams again, 26. Chris Ortiz had 8, followed by Kobe Thomas with 8. Harrison Arndt had 3. Acurion McCray had 2. 6 point for Creighton Sirakas. And they finished the game 26 of 62. Jim, it's hard for any team to get off 62 shots, but it's really easy when you're doing it off layups, when you're getting the ball at half court, taking it down.
Absolutely right.
And they wound up shooting it at 42% for the game, 15 of 32 inside the arc, 11 of 30 for 37%. Jim, before the game, or halfway, I believe, I said you want to be 30 to 33%. They got above that 33 all the way up to 37% for the game. big difference there, too. They had 33 rebounds in this game, 16 offensive boards. That wins a lot of basketball games. Only 11 turnovers, too, compared to what we have the 22 for Notre Dame.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly
big
right.
difference in the game. So right there, I mean, your biggest difference in Dontrez Williams in the middle of it. He also shot 5 of 8 from 3. I was on him because his shooting last night, 1 of 7. He recovered for a ginormous night from three-point line at 5 for 8.
Absolutely correct. Well, it'll be, we're going to take a little break here, and then we'll come back with some pregame and then the action between the Poplar Bluff Mules, seeded 6th, the Dexter Bearcats, seeded 7th, to see who gets to take on Sikeston Friday night at 5:30. We'll take a break and then be back. You're watching SEMO Conference Basketball on the Aycorp Media Networks.
Is the literally anything? When we founded CNS Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. CNS has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you. Does your business...
We're for agriculture. For growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
Julep, pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 woo!
If Moreland's not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots.
Serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world-famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Juju Promotions in New Madrid is your one-stop shop for all your personalized merchandise. Whether it's screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, heat presses, or decals, we've got something that will suit your needs. so you, your school, or your business will always be looking its best. There's tons to see, from apparel to accessories, so what are you waiting for? Stop into Juju Promotions today in New Madrid, Missouri, and don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Entrusting us with your health care is one of the greatest compliments our patients and the community give us.
Thank you, Dr. McFerrin and the entire team at Southeast Health for getting me back on track.
Thank you, Eric, for placing your trust in our dedicated team. At Southeast Health, we have so many reasons to be grateful to our community and the patients who have chosen to place their trust in us. Southeast Health, always by your side.
First State Community Bank has been named the #1 bank in Missouri by Forbes, and we think they might be onto something. When it comes to banking, we've always said that people should come first, and we hold true to that idea. Opening an account has never been easier. You can even do it online. We want our community to thrive, and that's why we put it in our name. So come bank with the certified best at First State Community Bank, serving our community because it's who we are.
Are you wanting to spend more time with your family this Christmas, but don't know where to start? December 1st through the 25th, Aycorp Media will be broadcasting 25 days of fun, engaging activities straight from Tana Odell's book, Christmas Together. Each night will contain devotions, cooking, and family fun for you to join in on. To find out more and purchase your copy today, visit our website and join us for each episode in December on Aycorp Media's YouTube and Facebook.
At Focus Bank, we believe in really free checking. What does that mean? Well, opening an account requires no more than $25 with no minimum balance requirements or monthly service charges. You'll also have access to online and mobile banking, online bill pay, direct deposits, mobile deposits, automatic payments, e-statements, a nationwide network of ATMs, and an instant issue debit card, all for free. Your first order of checks is on the house, and you'll also receive a complimentary thank you gift. Come visit us in Sikeston, Charleston, Crothersville, or East Prairie. Focus Bank, simple, hassle-free checking that's really free.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
For over 100 years, Stoneville Cotton has helped farmers stay strong and win their growing seasons, delivering protection against key weeds and insects to maximize their yield potential. For more information, visit our website. Stoneville Cotton, own the early.
We welcome you back to Sikeston High School. Finally, game number 1, Sikeston 69, Notre Dame 44. And once again, it was a close game between these two. Really back and forth shots. But at the end of the day, Dontrez Williams came to play for the Bulldogs.
He absolutely did. You know, Sikeston showed out. That's what we expected from them tonight, coming off of a loss last night. But they showed and did exactly what they were supposed to.
I believe last time we checked, shooting just a hair under 50%, which was considerably higher as things were last time for the Sikeston Bulldogs, we should say. They will have a date with the winner of our next game, which we'll get to in just one moment. Do want to let you know, tomorrow night we've got a great doubleheader for you right here on the Aycorp Media family of networks. It is our championship semifinals, featuring our first game, Charleston taking on Jackson. That's going to be an incredible game. That game will tip off at 6 p.m. We go on the air at 5:45 right here on the Aycorp Media family of networks. And then our late game, a rematch of last year's championship as it's Cape Central taking on New Madrid County Central. Almost said Notre Dame. Notre Dame is going home. These two teams do not want to go home tonight between Dexter and Poplar Bluff. What should we really expect? We know of Dexter is one key component to stop them, and that's stop Cole Nichols.
Yes. You know, Dexter has what it takes to win this game. Jackson has the height, but Dexter has, the grit, just like we talked about, that like Kennan, the Notre Dame, and the lower seeded teams have. But Dexter wants to win this game. They don't want to go home. They want to play Friday night.
Dexter is playing their 4th game in 6 nights, so we could see fatigue potentially play a factor. But Coach Chad Allen and Rob Nichols, they've got their team prepped up for this, so it'll be interesting to see how they go about it. Meanwhile, for the Poplar Bluff Mules, it's only their 3rd game of the season. They had the loss to New Madrid County Central by 17 on Monday night, set with, 19 turnovers, only shooting 29% from the field. but do have a lot of bright young energy and bright young guards. What do the Mules need to do to try to get in this one tonight?
The Mules, having the height, they really need to just keep attacking that paint and stay inside. But they also have shooters, so they can, as long as Dexter gets a hand out on them, they will have to make it move in the paint.
Once again, Poplar Bluff coming into this game. They were in the Consolation Championship last year here at the Fieldhouse. They want to try to go 2 for 2 and go up to 2-1 on the season thus far. Meanwhile, for Dexter, we know it's at stake. Win, you get a day off. I think that's probably just as exciting that playing another game in another day. You get a day off on top of that, but we'll be taking on a high-powered Sikeston audience. It is just about set, as there will be tips and flips coming up, as we will send it up to the guys in the booth in just a moment. Tip-off is coming up between Dexter and Poplar Bluff.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth here at the Sikeston Fieldhouse. It is game 2 of the evening. The consolation semifinals, the first game of the night. Sikeston Bulldogs with a big win over Notre Dame. And tonight, this game will be the Dexter Bearcats and the Poplar Bluff Mules. Poplar Bluff seated 6, Dexter seated 7. I'm Jim Riker alongside Bobby Alford, and tonight's game is brought to you by Mayor Law. If you have a legal problem or issue, contact Mayor Law Office in Dexter, Missouri. Bobby, this game I think a lot of this game will hinge on what defense do we see from the Dexter Bearcats. Do we see the defense they played Monday night against Cape Central, which was outstanding, or the defense they played against Kennett last night, which was good but not great?
Well, last night we saw Dexter expand their defense a little bit farther than what we're used to seeing. It created a lot of stuff at the top of at the free throw line, that jumper there. Kennett was able to work the ball inside early and get some baskets. Just some pickup baskets off misses and positioning for rebounds. Dexter's not ever going to be the strongest rebounding team we see this season. Cole Nichols had a big night last night with 10, but that's not where they make their bread and butter. Where Dexter won the game last night and where I think could be the difference tonight is shooting percentage from the floor. Dexter shot it at 68% from the floor last night, 69% inside the arc, 60% from 3. You shoot numbers that well on the game, Jim, I'm going to say you're going to win every game. And they didn't have it from just one kid. I mean, you had some folks like Peyton Bowes, He made me feel like the guy out of Caddyshack, the kid out of Augusta, or kid out of nowhere about to win Augusta. He was a kid out of nowhere. He went 9 points, 4 shooting, 7 rebounds. He hasn't made a ton of noise on the boards this tournament so far, but last night he was tremendous. I think Dexter is going to be the better shooting team tonight. I think their defense holds Bluff outside and makes them take shots. I think Bluff only shot at 25% from three-point land. That's a far cry from Dexter's 60%. Jim, I'm telling you right now, everything I've seen from Dexter this tournament, Cole Nichols had a bad game in an off night last night with only 25 of 8 of 16 shooting. That's pretty good shooting except for Cole when you go for 39 the night before. Everything in me says my second upset pick of the night, I'm going Dexter Bearcats, maybe in a bigger than expected win. All right, so we do have it will be a good matchup here. The size favors Poplar Bluff, but as you said, defense maybe with the Bearcats, so we'll see how that all plays out. Bearcats, the Dexter will be in their white uniforms at home. The Poplar Bluff will be in their road purple uniforms, or maroon. So the starting lineups will go like this. A 6'4 guard, a senior, number 3, Gavin Rivers for Poplar Bluff. A 6'5 junior at forward, Torrance Williams, number 10. Number 14, David Durbin, a 6'2 senior. Number 30, Brendan Durden. He did not get a start last night. He's a 6-foot sophomore guard. And finally, the big guy in the middle, number 33, Jack Scott, a 6'6 senior. For the Dexter Bearcats, they'll be in their home white, trimmed in red. They're starting this away at guard, a 6'1 guard, number 12 tonight, Braden Pullum. For second will be a 6'2 forward, number 2, Chris Stone, a senior. Cole Nichols, number 14, 6'2 guard and a senior as well, and of course the leading scorer for the Dexter Bearcats. Truman Croft, 6'1 senior, number 15, will start at a forward position, and in the middle, the big man,
Peyton Bowles, number 24, a 6'4 senior. So they don't have the same size for sure as Poplar Bluff. The Bearcats don't, but they do play that good, solid defense. We'll be interested to see also, does Poplar Bluff try to play a box and one maybe on Cole Nichols?
Yeah, and I think Rivers is the guy for Bluff that's going to have to lead the way tonight on his three-point shooting. If they want to keep this one in a reachable game and competitive, he needs to be able to shoot the three ball well early to make Dexter expand that defense.
Set to go, Torrance Williams wins the tip, and Poplar Bluff starts quickly off to Rivers on the right side. Dexter, of course, in their 1-2-2 zone. Left side to Durden. He kicks it back out, and they'll reset now the offense. He tries to get inside. They do get inside to Williams. Williams kicks it back out to Rivers. Left side to Durden, who can shoot the three. Good. The sophomore with the three ball, and it's 3-0 Poplar Bluff. Cole Nichols with the basketball for the Bearcats. Man-to-man defense. Nope. Man-to-man defense for the Mules. Pulling with it for the Bearcats. Kicks it to Nichols. Nichols goes down the lane. Pass a little too high, out of bounds. Tipped by Poplar Bluff, though, and will belong to Dexter. I believe the referees are going to discuss it maybe here to make sure that's the case. Veteran crew here, and they're going to turn that over, and it's going to go to the Bearcats.
Jim,
coming to the Mules.
I will say this, so far this week, we have had an excellent job by the officials. I mean, they have called really good games.
Absolutely.
Every game I've watched. And I've watched them all.
Yeah. Durden is in this game, starting this game as a three-point shooter. So is Rivers, and he misses. Long rebound, Cole Nichols. Quickly down the floor for the Bearcats. He's going to take it to the basket. He's going to drive the basket. No good. Rebound taken down by Durbin of the Mules. Rivers up the floor quickly. Left side, Durden for three. No, does not take it. In the middle to Scott. Puts that ball down low, which is a bad choice probably. Williams gets it, kicks it back out to Rivers. Williams, 18-footer from the right side, off the mark, no good. Rebound, Peyton Bowles.
That is a long two-point shot for a post player, Jim.
Pulling with it. Thought about spin move, but it brings it back out. Kicks it off, and they'll kick it out to Chris Stone up top. Bearcats 3 games in 3 days, of course, so we'll see if fatigue sets in a little bit here for the Bearcats. And then Cole Nichols will be fouled by Gavin Rivers, just a jump out, but picked up a quick foul. Darius Grammer at 15 last night will check in for Dexter, and Rivers will sit for a moment.
That was a bad decision by Rivers. He tried to reach number one across the man's body, and he had Nichols blocked off from the lane. Nichols was not going to score on that unless he put off something miraculous.
Bad inbounds pass by the Bearcats. And Durden goes up and misses the shot. Williams with the rebound, though, and he'll pull it back out. Just a bad decision on the inbounds pass by Dexter there. To Williams. On the floor, kicks it back out. They go left side. Around the horn, three-pointer up and good. That is David Durbin, and it's 6-0 Poplar Bluff.
That's the place Bluff has to beat Dexter's a three ball, and they're 2 for 2 tonight.
Durbin's got the assignment on Cole Nichols. Off to Stone, back door to Truman Croft. He's not there, so he'll kick it. Will pick up his dribble and have to do something with it, and he travels with it.
Truman had a dribble and did not take it.
6-0 Bluff early here. Isaiah Neville checks in, replacing Durbin for the Mules. And Coach Allen's going to take a quick timeout here. He's not liking what he's seeing. It is 6-0 Poplar Bluff with the lead. We'll take a quick break and be back. You're watching high school basketball on the Aycorp Media Networks. Back at the Sikeston Fieldhouse. This is game 2 of the night, second consolation semifinal. Poplar Bluff early on here leads Dexter 6-0, 5:33 to go in the first quarter.
Jim, the man-to-man defense and Poplar Bluff's expanding that. I figured Cole Nichols would have a huge night. Right now, Dexter is even struggling to find shot opportunities. It's early, but they've got to do something a little different than the offensive sets they've taken so far.
Durden for three, no good. Rebound by Truman Croft. He gives it off to Nichols. The one thing the Bearcats won't get rattled, I don't think, being 5 seniors out there on the floor. Stone with the basketball for Dexter. Nothing there. He keeps it alive, dribble alive nicely. Pulling with it. Picks up his dribble. Good defense here by the Poplar Bluff Mules so far. Really face guarding Cole Nichols. Double team there. Tough jump shot. No good. Rebound taken down by Poplar Bluff. Double team on Cole. Somebody else is going to have to be able to get the ball to the basket somehow, Bobby.
Well, some kind of back cuts, but Dexter's got to be quicker with those cuts. You know, their offense is kind of running slow right now, so they haven't got really any open looks. A slow-moving offense makes it easy for a defense to keep up with, Jim. Common sense, I mean, Dexter's got to do better.
Durden for three, no good. Rebound tipped again. Saved, inbounds, and Jack Scott comes away with it. Off to Williams. He goes in the lane. That's going to be a charge. Chris Stone takes the charge, and it's a foul on Torrance Williams. His first team foul number 1 on Bluff. Team foul number 2 on Bluff. Logan Josephate checks in for Dexter. Rivers checks back in, as does Durbin for the Mules.
Right away, 2 people down near Nichols.
Inbounds to Josephate. Gets across the timeline, gives it off to Croft. Truman with it up top to Nichols. Everybody's jumping to help there everybody's jumping to help when Cole touches the basketball.
They're doing it, and right now, you know, Dexter's doing this dribble drive offense. If Truman gets the handoff and he's got a guy to screen, he's got to be ready to pull that three. He can make a guy come out and change the defense just by the way he can shoot it out there. No attempts so far for him, though.
Rivers for three for Poplar Bluff, no good. Long rebound, though. Gets it, kicks it in the corner. Up top to Neville.
Jim, you're already seeing that Dexter defense starting to expand out, too. I see a lot of holes going to that lane right there.
Rivers jump shot from 15, no good. Stone with the rebound. Poplar Bluff not shooting it very well either, but Dexter really not, as they haven't scored in the first 5 minutes. Nichols with it. Double teamed. Trying to step through it, and they're going to have a timeout. I think Coach Allen would have liked to have had a foul there, possibly 2, but he does get the timeout. He'll take a 30-second timeout. Already his second timeout of the game. We'll keep it right here, and Bobby, Poplar Bluff is doing a nice job of really cutting off the Dexter offense completely.
Well, you know, game 1, I sat there and watched that Dexter played Cape Central, and Nichols went off for 35. And it got to the point where I'm like, why would you not just say, you know what, I know this kid's going to try to score, and you can't stop him. Last night he went for 25. I think Poplar Bluff watched both of those games and said, you know what, we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to make sure we try to shut him down. You may beat me, but it's not going to be Cole Nichols beats me. It'll be the rest of the Bearcat defense, our team does.
So what do they do offensively to either get Cole open or to find some open shots? The offense they're running doesn't seem to be getting the job done right now.
Well, look, right now, you know, keep your floor spread a little bit if you're Dexter. Let that defense, they're going to come at Cole with 2 guys. When they come for that trap, somebody's got to be open. You've got to get a guy open and get it underneath the basket quick. Make them where they're isolating right there. Somebody on that floor is open, cut him to the basket and get an easy layup. Or get the guy in the paint right there who's playing defense in foul trouble.
Josephate with the basketball for the Bearcats. Inside to Stone, up off the glass, no good. Rebound taken down by Poplar Bluff by Preston Moore. Bearcats still haven't scored here in the first quarter, and then Stone on a reach-in foul, his first team foul number 1.
Now, if Dexter wants to win this game, Chris Stone's got to make that shot. It was contested a man in his face, but he's got to knock it down. He made a great cut, passed a little late. You wanted a little bit more in front of you, but he's still got to make that basket.
Dexter 0 for 7 here to start the ball game. Rivers with it. Defense has been pretty good. 6 points led up for the Bearcats, but got to be able to score a little bit. Shot no good. Rebound by Josephate. Gives it off to Nichols.
Jim, Josephate last night, he drove the lane a lot. Had a decent game. You know, I thought a pretty good game. Right there, the spin move, he's got the lane.
And loses control of it, but Croft comes away with it. Gets it back door to Bowles, up and good, and he'll go to the line to shoot 1. Good look there by Truman Croft to see Bowles inside. Bowles makes it and will shoot 1.
Well, there's the bunny they needed, the easy shots underneath. You're down 6-2 right now after this debacle by Dexter so far in this. They've got a real chance to come back.
Bowles will shoot the free throw. First free throw is good.
As bad as Dexter's played and you're only down 3 points right now, you've got to feel like you've got a great chance in this game by Dexter.
Neville to bring it up for Poplar Bluff. Around the perimeter of the defense. Durbin, who's got one of the threes, handles it for a second. They get it inside. Bad pass taken away by Josephate. They give it off to Nichols.
Here's the second man waiting on him. Look for somebody. Nope, they switched off there. Let the pressure come, and it's going to come at some point to Nichols.
Stone with it to Josephate. Logan puts it on the floor. Croft. Nothing there. Kicks it back out now to Josephate. Maybe missed Bowles inside.
Yep.
And a steal by Neville. Up and good. Semi-slam, I'll call that. And it's 8-3.
And missing Bowles was correct. He was there. You've got to be quick with the passes if you're Dexter. You know your best player's been isolated and face guarding the way they're doing. You've got to do something more.
Long three by Croft, no good. Rebound, though, Stone. He'll put a little jumper up, no good. Josephate with a nice rebound, but it's knocked away, and Torrance Williams comes away with it for Poplar Bluff. He'll come down the floor. He's going to take it to the basket. He's going to go all the way in, no good. Offensive board, no good. Tipped out. Loose Durbin with it, no good. Poplar Bluff with another rebound, up, no good. Man. And finally, Cole Nichols comes away with it.
Well, Jim, I thought right away Williams got away with a walk. He dragged the last foot there. People like that Euro, but when you drag the foot, a dragged foot is a walk.
Peyton Bowles with 5 now on the good assist from Cole Nichols, and it's 8-5 Poplar Bluff. Durbin with it up top for the Mules. Williams inside to Neville. He's going to go up off just over the top of the rim and good, and it's 10-5. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Nichols brings it down. He's going to go all the way to the basket. He's going to get the shot blocked, and he may be hurt. To Williams, up and good. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. It's Poplar Bluff 12, Dexter 5. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter action. You're watching the SEMO Conference Tournament on the Aycorp Media Networks.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded CNS Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. CNS has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
Back at the Sikeston Fieldhouse, Poplar Bluff leads Dexter 12-5 at the end of one. And Bobby, looking at the stats here, Poplar Bluff's not shooting it great, 5 of 15, but the Dexter Bearcats 2 of 12 in that quarter, and you're not going to win any games. And then you turn the ball over on a bad inbounds pass to start the quarter.
But and Nichols has contributed, but it's all rebounds. He's got 5 boards. He's got 0 points. He dropped 35 and 25 and none so far tonight.
Bad pass on the turnover, and then it's a 9-point game now because Rivers finishes that turnover. Really double jumping out to stop Cole Nichols. Off to Truman Croft.
And Jim, what I saw when they doubled him way out top about where Pullum is now, Dexter's offense stood there. 4 guys standing. You got a man doubled up. Somebody's a free man right there. Get your offense moving somewhere.
Yeah, the offense is sort of standing around a little bit, waiting for something to happen with Cole. They do get it to him here. He puts it on the floor, drives in the lane, goes up left-handed off the glass, and good. He gets 2, and it's 14-7. His first 2 of the night for Cole Nichols.
Once he got to the paint, he's a dangerous man, but that's the first time really he's had a clean look from there tonight. And it wasn't really that clean, but he still got it in.
Durden, the sophomore, with it now off to Rivers. Long three by Graham, short, no good, tipped, out of bounds, will belong to Poplar Bluff.
You know, Dexter's bodies are not very big anyway, but they are using them in an awful way right now. They are standing straight up. You got to get wide and get that butt out and actually push a guy out of that lane right there. It's this terrible job of trying to rebound a basketball.
Rivers up and good on the inbounds pass. 16-7, Poplar Bluff with the lead. 6:51 to go in the first half. Story has been the defense of Poplar Bluff so far. Nichols going to be hand checked there by Jack Scott. I believe that'll be the 4th team foul on Poplar Bluff. And that would be one thing that would get Dexter back in the game if they got him to the free throw line too, Bobby.
Yeah, and really kind of a decently clean game. 1 foul against Dexter, 4 against Bluff. So Dexter's going to have to get a little bit more aggressive to get those going.
Inbounds to Josephate. Makes a good catch there. Kicks it off to Nichols. He's guarded by Durbin. To Bowles. Payton's got 5 already. Nichols runs off the screen. Gets in the lane, 17-foot jumper off the mark, no good. Rebound, Torrance Williams. Williams has got 3 rebounds already. Rivers thought about the 3, doesn't take it. They'll be content, move it around a little bit. Inside, off of, oh, my mistake. I thought that was off Poplar Bluff, but it was off of Dexter's hands and out of bounds.
Well, right now, I mean, you know, Bluff doesn't have to score a ton when Dexter can't get really any good, clean looks. If I'm Bluff, I'm looking for the right opportunity.
Going to have it over the back on Torrance Williams, I believe, there. And that'll be the 5th team foul on Poplar Bluff. That'll be the 2nd on Williams. A 3rd, yeah, 2nd on Williams, I believe.
And Jim right there, you know, why take the 3? You're up 16-7. Work that ball around. Get something inside if possible. Make Dexter foul you. Get them in trouble there. Or get the easy deuce. You know, you didn't need to take that 3, I guess, in that situation. Then the missed 3 and the foul right on top of it.
Nichols with the basketball for the Bearcats. Bowles up top high at the post. Gets it off to Nichols. Goes in the lane, sort of loses it, gets it back. Now kicks it back out to Croft. And the Dexter will have to reset a little bit to Stone. Left-handed dribble by Stone. Great defense there. Knocked away, but goes right to Nichols. He goes inside. He'll get fouled and go to the line to shoot 2, and that'll go on Jack Scott, I believe. That'll be his 2nd.
Well, Jim, right there, Peyton Bowles stood on the block. He didn't post up on the block. He stood on the block in that drive right there, and I believe it was maybe Crop outside here dribbling around, or Stone won. I think it's Crop. He's got to post up and call for that basketball. You're in a one-on-one situation. Call for the ball and go score. Don't just stand there.
Preston Moore checks in, and Jack Scott checks out for the Mules. Nichols makes the 2nd, 16-9, Poplar Bluff with the lead. Nichols with 4 on the night. Bowles with 5 for the Bearcats. Really balanced scoring here for Poplar Bluff of their 16.
When you look at Bluff's offense right now, they're running through real quickly.
Shot no good. Offensive rebound no good. Still loose on the floor. And the Bearcats, Bobby, you mentioned it earlier, are not putting a body well on anybody defensively on the boards.
No, and Bluff is running through their offense. When you watch their offense flow, they're running through lanes, sending cutters. People are moving on the floor in a lot quicker pace. Dexter right now, I don't know if they're tired, but Dexter kind of runs a little slower offensive set anyway, but they've got to speed it up, and you get more open things in that lane.
That foul, by the way, went on Cole Nichols, his first. Hickman Roberson at the line makes the first free throw.
And from Dexter right here, you've got 6 fouls on Bluff. It's a team foul. They need to attack the basket, get into 1-and-1 opportunities.
2nd free throw, long, no good, but an offensive rebound by Poplar Bluff. Rivers with it. Around the circle, that's Durden for 3, and it's 20-9, Poplar Bluff with the lead.
I want to say that's his second three of the game out there, Jim.
That is correct. Jump up and double team Cole Nichols here. Now to Josephate. Out to Stone. To Nichols, and he's going to be fouled and go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. That will go on Darius Graham. But I think this is showing maybe one of the weaknesses. Poplar Bluff, Coach Durden has done a good job here with the weaknesses the Bearcat is. Somebody else has got to score.
Somebody else has got to score. And, you know, the things I said there, Bose has got to get big, call for the basketball when you're in a one-on-one set. If you're not believing your move, boy, if you lose this game tonight, tomorrow have your butt in the gym before everybody else or after, working on their post moves to get better at them. If you do believe in it, boy, call for the basketball. You know, Crop's got to come off the screens out there sometimes ready to catch and shoot instead of catch and look. You know, there's some areas I think they can get better in. You know, Josephate, maybe when you're driving, the spin move, try to get to the basket. Just some things there you're not seeing out of several of these kids making efforts to score. Or putting themselves in a better position to score.
Right. Exactly right. Rivers with the basketball for Bluff. They lead by 9, 20-11. We're halfway through the second quarter. On the floor, kicks it back out to Graham.
Boy, that should have been a push right there in the lane.
It should have been a charge. You're exactly right. That jump ball will go to Poplar Bluff. That dropped his shoulder right there and probably should have been a charge, but no call.
Dropped the shoulder and started extending the arm, pushing him back.
Cameron Settle checks in for Poplar Bluff, and Isaiah Neville will as well.
Jim, how much of this, too, for Dexter? This is their third night in a row, and these same 6 kids is what they run the set in. How many minutes have they logged?
Well, there's certainly the case. Really no offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. Hickman Roberson with the rebound offensively for Poplar Bluff, and he puts it back, and it's an 11-point Poplar Bluff lead.
That is the 11th offensive rebound tonight by Poplar Bluff.
Kick inside to Josephate, up off and good. There we go, dished off by Cole Nichols. Logan Josephate with the basket, and it's back to a 9-point game.
Rebounds right now favor Bluff 16-9.
Poplar Bluff content to move the ball around. They've got 22 here, and that's going to be a block on Josephate, certainly, no question there. It'll be his first, I believe, third team foul. Torrance Williams back in for the Mules. And you're right, we saw some fatigue, I think, from Notre Dame. Durden for 3, good. Boy, he's got 3 now. You've got to pop out in that corner on him.
He is hot from the corner tonight.
Poplar Bluff's going to take a timeout. They're going to take a full timeout, so we'll take one as well. It's Poplar Bluff 25, Dexter 13. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Aycorp Media Networks.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots, serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
Back at the Sikeston Fieldhouse, Poplar Bluff 25, Dexter 13, 3:07 to go here before halftime. And Bobby, as you look at the stats, rebounds, you were mentioning offensive rebounds for Poplar Bluff 11. They're leading 16-9 in total rebounds. Dexter 4 of 16 shooting, only 25%. Poplar Bluff 10 of 25, that's 40%. But 4 of 12 from three-point land for Poplar Bluff, and that's a pretty good percentage. That's a third of your shots. You take that pretty much every night on three-pointers.
Yeah, no doubt for Bluff. That's a good line. Right now, I think Dexter needs a basket from Chris Stone. He's been the emotional leader for them. You know, the exciting person, the thing who can get this team jump-started. I think that's your man right now. They need something big out of him.
Croft with it. He'll take a long 3. Short, no good. Long rebound, tipped, and we'll go back to the Bearcats. 2:47 to go here before the half. Dexter trails Poplar Bluff 25-12. Inbounds to Stone. Good catch there by Chris. Then back off to Nichols. Nichols spin move in the lane up off the glass. No good. Rebound. 5 bodies in there for Poplar Bluff, and Durbin comes away with it. A little runner down the lane by Graham, no good. Offensive rebound by Williams. He goes up, no good. Another offensive rebound by Poplar Bluff. Behind the basket, he gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, definitely the aggressor and the fresher team, Bluff. I mean, and you can see it tonight in every action they're moving, Jim.
Yeah, absolutely right. And that last time down the floor, Dexter had no one to crash the boards offensively, and Poplar Bluff, a great job of 5 guys blocking out. Really good job. So Darius Graham makes the free throw. Second one also good. He's got his first 2 of the night, and it's a 14-point, 27-13 Poplar Bluff lead.
Nice for Bluff, too, tonight. Their scoring's a little bit more spread out. You know, Graham last night, I believe, a big score for them, or 2 nights ago.
Croft's three's long, no good. Knocked out of bounds, though, by Poplar Bluff. Hickman Roberson checks back in, replacing Torrance Williams.
Tough night shooting, too, for Trop right now. No points at game 10 last night. Game 1 was a little tougher there, but, you know, tonight you'd like to see him get a little hotter out there.
Nichols splits the defense and gets the basket on the inbounds pass to make it a 12-point game. Rivers will take the 3 from the corner, off the mark, no good. Another offensive rebound for the Mules, and that'll be a foul on Logan Josephate.
That right there, you know, you don't want to knock him too much because what all he does, but Nichols did not even touch the rebounder right there for Bluff.
14 offensive rebounds and 20 total rebounds for Poplar Bluff right now, 9 for Dexter, and that's sort of the difference in the ball game, second chance opportunities. Free throw is no good by Graham. Darius Graham, the 6-foot junior, had 15 last night for the Mules. Free throw up and no good. And then that's going to be an over the back on Hickman Roberson, and that will send Logan Josephate to the line to shoot a 1-and-1, I believe.
Well, for Dexter right here, you know, clock has stopped, make up some points.
Yeah, this is where you got to, you're right, when you're struggling offensively, Bobby, this is the place you can sort of get well, is at the free throw line. Josephate is a 5'10" senior, though he jumps much better than just being 5'10". He plays a little taller than that. Free throw is good, rims in. Have a second. Chance to cut it to 10, and that's, you'd like to get below 10 here before halftime if you're the Bearcats.
Yeah, if you feel like you can get it single digits again, you know, you come up with game plan to the half.
Logan's second one, long, rims out, no good. Rebound taken down by Rivers. Out to Durden. Corner, Hickman Roberson, long, no good. Cole Nichols with the rebound. 1:38 to go in the half. Nichols puts it on the floor, gets double teamed out top. There's basically, Poplar Bluff's daring somebody else to score for the Bearcats.
Somebody's got to make a cut. Look at the lane right now. Nobody was in there. And that's not a cut, Truman. Cut hard when you go.
Nichols with the basketball. Off to Josephate. Jump stop in the lane. Nothing there, and then a bad pass. Turnover on the Bearcats. And that's going to be a charge on Gavin Rivers.
Well, Jim, that was the same man earlier I said, extending. The same thing again. He put the shoulder down. He extends that arm. You can get away every once in a while with his shoulder, but when your arm extends, it makes it look even that much worse.
Second foul on Rivers, 9th team foul on the Mules. Dexter trails by 11, 27-16. 1 minute to go here before halftime.
Nice score column, too, for Bluff. They've got a lot of spread out scores, so I'm sure we'll head after the half on the numbers, but that's a good job of that team.
Croft with it, kicks it off to Pullum, who's back in the ball game for Dexter. Picks up his dribble, back out to Stone. Boy, Dexter's playing offense 25 foot from the basket, and that just doesn't work very well.
Yeah, and
nice job of switching.
They're pushing them so far out right or cutting them off. They're daring them to have to go left.
Knocked out of bounds by Graham. Will belong to Dexter.
And the only one who has shown he can effectively do it to the basket has been Nichols, and they have had him shut down most of the night. He has fought and clawed for 8 points, but it's been a tough one.
Nichols tries to inbounds, does get it inbounds, gets it right back. Picks up his dribble now to pull him. He'll take a three from the corner. Short and no good. Saved by Bowles, but throws it into the hands of Neville down to Graham. He goes to the basket, up and no good. Tip taken down by Stone. Good defense there by Truman Croft. Nichols brings it down the floor. He gets bumped on the floor, and he'll shoot two here with 11 seconds to go before halftime.
Boy, if you're Bluff, you hate that foul right there. Just move your feet, but Cole's the best free throw shooter probably on the team, and that's not the kid you want to send to the line. Matter of fact, talk about how many games Dexter's played. They are 0 for 3 from the night from three, and a lot of shots, even if it hadn't been from three, has just been short rim, front rim. That's a lot of tired legs showing up.
Yeah, I would agree.
Or off the mark, period. I mean, a lot of just bad-looking shots, and that's results of game 3 in a row.
Second free throw, good. Nichols gets them both, 27-18. 10 seconds to go before the end of the half. Durden with it.
That's the man you've got to watch for a three to end this half. Here's Durden.
Good job. Cole Nichols comes away with it, and we'll end the half with the score. Poplar Bluff 27, Dexter 18. We will take a break, have a few commercial breaks, and then we'll be back with the stats and the second half of this game. You are watching the SEMO Conference Tournament on the Aycorp Media Networks.
This funeral home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
For over 100 years, Stoneville Cotton has helped farmers stay strong and win their growing seasons, delivering protection against key weeds and insects to maximize their yield potential. For more information, visit our website. Stoneville Cotton, own the early.
If you feel like you never get the time you need with your insurance agent to find the right coverage, it might be time to make a change. Tyler Miller of Flatland Ag Insurance in Clarkton works to make sure, each and every day, that his clients feel they are taken care of. With years of experience in crop insurance in 4 states, he strives to provide you with the exact coverage you need for your specific situation. For more information, give Tyler a call at 573-276-8044. Here's to another great year.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded CNS Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. CNS has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
are for agriculture. For growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
Julep, julep, julep.
If more than not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots. Serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world-famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We are back at the Sikeston Field House. We're at halftime. It's Poplar Bluff 27, Dexter 18. Bobby Alford and Jim Riker along with you here. And Bobby, really that first half, a lot of that half, two things. Poplar Bluff with some great defense and the rebounding.
The defensive rebound, and they're really keeping Cole Nichols either away from the basket or making it so tough to get a shot off that, you know, his shooting right now, 2 of 12 in this game. You know, that is very uncharacteristic of Cole. He does have 10 points. He's been 6 of 7 from the line. Right now, Dexter can't find anybody else who either can score or wants to score. I'm not sure which one I want to say right now. You know, they have played 3 games in a row, but I don't want to make excuses. You know, you've got to find a way to get something done there. And right now, Joe Spade has 3 points in the game. He's a kid who should be able to drive the lane. He did it a couple times last night very strongly. He's got to get that run to start. It's most likely going to be with the right hand, but he's got to find a way to get a start. Now, Bluff is kind of sagging the guy in that lane right there in the middle sometimes, so it's a little tougher, but you've got to find something there. Also, we had, trying to look at the scoring, you've got 5 points by Peyton Bowles. We discussed he's got to be bigger down low and call for the ball some. especially when he's got it one-on-one. Right now, Jim, 5 of 21 from the field for Dexter is not going to cut it. At 24%, I don't care. You're just not going to win that basketball game with that kind of effort. And also, they've only got 11 rebounds. When you look at Bluff right now, I think Bluff is sitting at 21 rebounds, and they're doing so many with the offensive boards, too. They've got 14 offensive rebounds and 22 rebounds as a team. They're not shooting very good either. They're shooting 10 of 31. As bad as Dexter has been, they can get a win in this with that kind of shooting from Bluff if they can put together a second half. Real quick for Bluff, they have Isaiah Neville with 4 so far, Darius Graham with 2, Gavin Rivers with 4, Williams has 2, Durbin and both Robertson has 3, and 9 by Braden Durden. Durden is the guy who has hit 3 3-pointers in there. He is, I think, 3 or 5 now, and 3 of those from that corner he likes so well. Dexter's got to cut down the offensive boards, and they've got to find anybody else right now besides Cole Nichols who can score.
And that's where we're at to get ready to start the second half here. Dexter will have the basketball. They trail by 9. The winner of this one plays Sikeston Friday night at 5:30 in the Consolation Championship. The loser will go back to their regular schedule as their tournament will be over. Nichols with the basketball for the Bearcats as we start this second half. They put Bowles at the high post. He takes it there. Back cut, nothing there. Off to Truman. Croft for 3. Short, no good. Rebound taken down by Nichols. Gets it up high.
That should have been a foul.
Goes up off the basket. Good, and he'll go to the line to shoot 1.
But he would rather get that foul.
Yeah, exactly right. He gets the basket and 1. And that will be a – go ahead, Bobby.
Best looking shot of the night. Truman Croft has been able to pull off as well right there.
Yes. I think Coach Durden was asking why that wasn't a foul with Cole with a little touch there, and then on the free throw miss, knocked out of bounds by Jack Scott, so Dexter will get it back with a chance to cut it to 5.
Well, Cole was trying to spin away from his man, and he got caught on the elbow pretty hard and stopped his movement. But wasn't called, and he got the second call in there.
Pulling with the ball up top, trying to spread it out a little bit here. They get it back door to Croft. He picks up his dribble. Gives it to Nichols. Tough catch, but Cole makes it. He's going to go down the lane, left-handed up and good. Just that little spin move down the lane. He's got 4 in the second half, and it's 27-22.
I don't know who was guarding him the first half, but he needs to find him and guard him tighter like that this half.
Rivers drives in, kicks it out to Williams. And then loses it out of bounds. A turnover. Dexter will get the ball back. You can hear the Dexter crowd get into it a little bit as it's a 5-point game, and Dexter with the basketball now.
Right back to what got him here. The defense for Dexter and Nichols so far starting this first minute. Dexter's closed this to 5 now.
Durden checks out, and Darius Graham checks in for the – boy, tough catch there with that basket right there.
Right there, yeah. Good defense again all night for Bluff like that. I mean, they have been right there every play.
Nichols with the basketball. They put Bowles at the high post again. They had him there earlier in this possession or in this half.
I would really like to see Bowles see if he can take him out of the basket.
Stone, a 16-foot jumper off the mark, no good. Rebound taken down by Torrance Williams. Just not many offensive rebounds for the Bearcats tonight. Good defensive rebounding. Off to Graham. Gets it back now and kicks it up top to Rivers. Thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Graham's going to drive into the lane. Little spinner around there. Jump shot up, off the mark, no good. Rebound by Nichols.
Very tough shot there by Bluff. Not the one they really wanted to take.
Off to Croft for 3. Good. 27-25.
Look out, Jim. It's all of a sudden a 2-point game, and Bluff is having to burn a timeout there.
Coach Durden takes a timeout as the Bearcats have come out on a 7-0 run to start the half. He'll take a 30-second break. We'll take a 30-second break and be back. You're watching SEMO Conference basketball on the Aycorp Media Networks.
How quickly things change when
experience the magic of Christmas in the Hollow. An all-new Christmas tradition awaits, where your family can find and take home the perfect tree, ride the train through the Wonderland Christmas lights, and even meet the big man himself. Don't forget to visit the shops for decorations, tasty goodies, or that perfect holiday gift. There's so much to do and see. It's like a Christmas movie come to life. Christmas in the Hollow at Pumpkin Hollow. For more information, visit pumpkinhollow.com.
And we're back up. Dexter with a run here to start the second half has cut a 9-point deficit to 2 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Poplar Bluff with the basketball. Rivers with it, kicks it out top. They go around the horn with it. Durbin with it. Back to Rivers.
Boy, right now after Bluff, just right there sloppy again. If you're Bluff, you got to come out and tell them, look, guys, we're still winning this game. Let's just take care of the basketball and do what we did earlier.
Nichols, though, ties it up. Cole Nichols doing what he does best. Goes down the lane left-handed, drives, and we're tied at 27.
Giving Nichols space is never a good thing, and he is making them pay.
Torrance Williams jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, nope, off of Croft, out of bounds, will belong to the Mules.
Another bad possession by Bluff there. Just not a shot attempt they really wanted to take there. They are struggling to get looks right now, and Durden? He is not on the floor yet. They need to get him in there to get some open looks for shots.
Rivers, top of the circle, three, off the mark, no good. Long rebound, tip taken down by Truman Croft.
Hey, Dad doesn't mind his name being called on here either.
I've seen Eric jump. He doesn't jump that high, so Nichols loses control of it. It's loose on the floor, still loose on the floor. Cole comes away with it, and Coach Allen gets a timeout.
Boy, Jim, that looked like a loose ball timeout.
I thought so too, but the referees gave it, so Dexter will get it back in that. That is the third timeout that the Bearcats have used, I believe. It's a full timeout. We're going to take a break since it's a full timeout. We'll hear from one of our very valued sponsors, and we'll be back. We're tied at 27 here on the Aycorp Media Networks.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Dexter on an 8-0 run here to start the second half in the first 2 minutes and 45 seconds, Bobby, and have tied it up.
Well, Jim, offensive sets for Dexter. Peyton Bowes has come out to the high post near the elbow, maybe just beyond it. When he does that, that is overloading one side of the floor and emptying the other. It's creating opportunities for handoff, using Bowes as a handoff screen, or maybe even Bowes turns up, faces up, maybe a dump. But a lot of things just like that. He's kind of giving that screen, getting Nichols a chance to do something with the basketball.
Oh, good give and go there. Nichols up, no good, missed the shot. Boy, good play there, just didn't finish. 3-on-1 break for Poplar Bluff. To Torrance Williams, up and misses the shot. Rebounds loose and taken away by Peyton Bowes. He's down the floor. He gets it ahead to Nichols, sort of behind him, but he makes the catch up, and the Bearcats have their first lead of the night, 29-27.
Jim, credit Truman Crop right there. I've been on his case so much about his defense, and I said, boy, if you wanted to comments, do it. Right there, he was in a 3-on-1 situation, stayed in front of the man, competed with the shot, and the missed shot, Dexter gets it go the other way and scores.
Oh, tough call there, but the referee felt that that Peyton Bowes got an arm there, and it's on Croft as opposed to Bowes. His first foul, team foul number 1. I think the Dexter bench did not agree with that call exactly, but doesn't really matter because the referee saw it, and that's what the call was.
Right now it's the first time we've seen Dexter's student section the whole game, partly because they're in camouflage, but, they didn't have much to cheer about the first half.
That is true. We're tied at 29 as Hickman Robertson makes that basket. 4:18 to go. Braden Pullen down the sideline, gets double-teamed. Bad pass, stolen by Rivers. He's going to go in for a dunk, and he gets it. Bad turnover there by the Bearcats. Ahead to Stone. He'll pull it back out, set the offense. Good job there by Stone to hold his pass.
Yeah, he felt the pressure coming and ripped that thing right away. Here's the screen.
Yep. Oh, maybe missed Bowles that time going in with a little over the top.
He would have had to really lead that thing out.
Yeah, you're right. Pull him with it. Gives it off to Nichols. Bearcats being patient offensively here, and they kick it back out to Pullum and then to Stone.
This is smart basketball, but Dexter, they're not trying to pressure anything. Bluff is playing good defense right here.
Screen set Bowles. He's going to go down the lane. Nichols up, no good. Rebound taken down by Hickman Robertson. Off to Williams. Bad pass, but it gets the job done. And a technical on Coach Allen.
Boy, Allen is hot right there.
He got one. He may have just got two. I'm not sure.
Coach Allen is hot. I mean, Nichols called for the foul. Jim, we didn't have the best view from it from where it was. People, very tough to see it, but there was a lot of traffic in there. I don't know if the foul happened or not, but you usually don't see coaches get this excited over it and that passionate in it, especially in a close game like that. I would think he saw something he didn't like, but, man, that one was just – yeah, I mean, it escalated quickly down there for Allen.
Yeah, it did. He got one in a game earlier that he didn't escalate. That one escalated pretty quickly. But you're right, in a close game like that's a tough spot to get one. And then he just got a second one, I believe.
Well, and when your team has had that much trouble scoring, Jim, you know, you hate it for a coach to dig them a little bit deeper hole. I mean, you know, you have struggled now. You've come out hot, but you've really got to, you know, compose it there. You've gotten one. Don't take another one. And he sure did.
So that's 4 free throws in the ball here. That is Durden shooting those free throws. So what was a 2-point game is now a 6-point game with 2 more free throws, and Bluff will get the basketball. Good. Boy, he's knocking him dead. He's smooth, isn't he, at that free throw line?
Money out there. Of course, I think his dad's probably got the keys to the gym, correct, Jim?
That is correct, I believe. He is the head coach, so
he can get in there and work on him a lot,
exactly,
and it shows.
Right. And his dad was a heck of a basketball player, so all of a sudden from a 2-point game to an 8-point game, and Poplar Bluff with the basketball.
But everything has gone Poplar Bluff's way here. You know, if let's just say he got away with a foul down there, and then on the other end, then you get the technicals. Now you get all the technical shots on it, and you've got the basketball back, and the crowd is also on your side. Everything right now flowing Poplar Bluff.
Poplar Bluff with the ball here. Rivers with it up top to Hickman Roberson. Double teamed over there. Stone with the steal almost, but not quite. Rivers in the lane, left-hander up and good. 10-point game, 39-29.
I think that was Graham actually there, Jim.
Oh, you're right, it was Graham. You're exactly right. Poplar Bluff's going to take a timeout. They have a 10-point lead now, 39-29. We'll keep it right here. Bobby, that changed the course of the game pretty quickly.
Changed the course of the game. You know, here's Coach Allen back in his crowd now. Number one, he's got to show his team back right now. I'm back in control of this game. Hey, I'm going to get you out of this. Got into it. He's got to show leadership right here, get his team to go back to work for him. Right now, Bluff, hey, you're in control, guys. Everything is going your way. We're going to start picking our spots right now. We're up 10. Don't let Dexter get closer than 10. Keep it double digits and just start picking spots. Control the basketball where you want to get it inside. Put that thing off the glass and score.
Winner of this one, as we said, takes on Sikeston Friday night at 5:30. We've got 2 really good ones for you tomorrow night. It will be the Jackson Indians and the Charleston Blue Jays in one of them, the New Madrid County Eagles and the Cape Central Tigers in the other one. So 2 good championship games. That'll be Tommy and Coach Scott, I believe, and then we'll be back on Friday night. Bad pass, turnover. Up and misses the dunk, but finished up by Neville. Nichols is hurt. Hurt her wrist, I believe, there.
Trying to look, is it a wrist or is it a hip area
maybe
right
a
there?
Hip, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see there. And the missed dunk, but what I noticed on that was nobody really got on the floor for the Bearcats, Bobby, to rebound on that missed dunk either.
Yeah, and you've got to run the floor harder there, Dexter. You can't stop competing, even though it's a turnover. And it was a turnover, you know, where it turned over and you see it happen, you're like, boy, this is on us, you know. You still got to give the effort to get down there and rebound if it presents itself.
Dexter will have the basketball here on the far end of the court. Nichols on the bench right now.
Jim, I want to say where Nichols jumped up to make that pass, I think maybe a knee come up and caught him in the hip area.
I got you. Little referee's timeout here.
I think we're going to have a fan discussion maybe.
Yeah, it could very well be.
Yeah, they had a discussion, and now we're back to basketball.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So Stone with the ball in the backcourt, gives it off to Joseph Pate. And it's going to be a reach-in foul on Darius Graham. That'll be the 4th team foul on Poplar Bluff here in the half. And once again, like we talked about in that first half, to get back to the free throw line for Dexter would be huge.
Well, they need that clock stopped as much as they can. And, you know, Bluff right now, don't stop the clock. The clock is your friend if it's running. You got a 12-point lead, 13-point lead, your biggest 12. They just need to play smart basketball. The trap is working.
Nichols going to take it to the basket. They'll be on the floor. Be on the floor, be out of bounds for the Bearcats. That'll be the 5th team foul on Durden, his first. Team foul number 5 on Poplar Bluff. Dexter trails by 12 to the Mules, 41-29 with 2:07 to go here in the third quarter.
So if you're Dexter, you've got them at 5 team fouls. You need 2 more as quickly as you can get there.
Torrance Williams checks in for the Mules, and Marlon Hickman-Roberson will check out.
Having a squeaky sneaker contest down there,
yeah,
looks like,
exactly
Jim.
Right, trying to clean the sweat off the floor. Chris Stone will trigger the inbounds for the Bearcats. And we're going to have a foul, a legal screen on, I believe, on Logan Josephate.
Foul on Dexter's Logan Josephate, his 3rd. Team foul number 3.
Be the 3rd, Josephate's 3rd team foul, the 2nd team foul, I believe, on the Bearcats this half.
Well, you really looked up the way Bluff has played defense right there in the half court. I mean, they have done well coming out and forcing Dexter turnovers right there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've controlled this game defensively, really. They've not shot the ball very well, but they've really controlled it defensively.
And now a smart move here. They're going to pass it around a while.
Yep, they're going to
expand the defense.
Williams with it up top. And then they get it to Rivers in the lane where they want it, and it's up and good from about 12 foot. They just were patient and finally broke down that defense, extended it and broke it down and got the basket.
Smart basketball. The man I would have tried to trap maybe is Williams. You know, he's a post player, doesn't play down low. You get that chance, take it on him.
Croft for 3 from the corner, good. 43-32. That's 2 threes for Truman now. He's got 6, and it's a 11-point Poplar Bluff lead.
Bluff very content with passing this around out there.
With this being the 3rd night in a row that Dexter played Durden for 3, off the mark, no good, rebound by Stone. It'll be a tall order for them to mount a second comeback like they did to start the second half, Bobby. I think just the energy level will be tough.
It'll be tough, and, you know, now bad shots like that by Durden out there, that deep 3.
Joseph Pate off the glass, no good, gets his own board, gets it blocked. Quickly up the floor.
Slow it down.
Shot up and good by Durden.
Or make the shot, but I mean, you pull it back right there, take one last shot for the 3rd.
Croft gets it inside to Bowles, up and good. Lost a shoe, so we'll have a shoe replacement here. Pullum checks back in, and let's see who's going to check out for Dexter. Chris Stone, I believe. 45-34, 11-point game here with 13.9 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Hickman-Roberson checks back in, replacing Darius Graham for the Mules. Poplar Bluff with the ball here, trying to probably play for the last shot of the half. Into Rivers. It's been like every shot sort of gone to Poplar Bluff. Nichols trying to get something off at the buzzer. He does, but it's long, no good. So we'll go to the start of the 4th. Poplar Bluff 45, Dexter 34. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Aycorp Media Networks.
Are you wanting to spend more time with your family this Christmas, but don't know where to start? December 1st through the 25th, Aycorp Media will be broadcasting 25 days of fun, engaging activities straight from Tana Odell's book, Christmas Together. Each night will contain devotions, cooking, and family fun for you to join in on. To find out more and purchase your copy today, visit our website and join us for each episode in December on Aycorp Media's YouTube and Facebook.
Back at the Sikeston Fieldhouse, fourth quarter of this consolation semifinal. Poplar Bluff leads as we start the fourth, 45-34, and they have the basketball.
Well, Jim, right now, Bluff needs to play ball control. No threes, nothing special. Take the easy basket right now. You're up 11. Dexter has struggled, and there's a three-point shot off. I mean, right away, that's the easiest way to put Dexter back in this game.
Nichols with the rebound, ball out of bounds off of Poplar Bluff.
Now, if you can get a three-point basket here by Crop, if he can get it open and knock it down, boy, Dexter really chips into your lead right there.
Exactly right. Poplar Bluff shooting at 38%, Dexter shooting at 33% for the ball game, so neither team tearing it up offensively.
And Dexter yet has not been very willing to expand their defense. Make them come out and guard if you're Bluff.
Pull him with the basketball for the Bearcats. Dribbles around, tries to drive inside, nothing there. Picks up his dribble and kicks it out to Josephate. To Nichols. Loses control of it, out of bounds, will belong to the Bearcats. I thought Peyton Bowles there had the opportunity maybe to take it to the basket when nobody was guarding him and didn't in that first of that possession. And somebody else has got to look to, still look to score here besides just Nichols.
Boy, it's a lot of standing.
Timeout by the Bearcats because they couldn't get the ball in bounds. We're going to keep it right here. Just a couple of things. Cole Nichols, 18 points, 10 rebounds for the Bearcats. Peyton Bowles with 7, Truman Croft with 6, Josephate with 3 for the Mules. Really pretty balanced scoring. Durden has 15, and those were free throws, 4 free throws, and a number of threes. David Durbin has 3, Torrance Williams with 2, Gavin Rivers with 8, Neville with 4, Graham with 6. Really balanced scoring there for the Mules.
Balanced scoring, but they still lead that one area that's big right now. Rebounds 26-19. The offensive boards, 16 offensive boards to Dexter's 7. And that has been a tremendous difference in this game.
Yep.
And in another game, a lot of times Cole Nichols' game is drive, get that bucket on the layups and stuff, or when you drive, you got to be so careful. You got to defend that shot, the fouls. Nichols has not been able to get those calls tonight like he has in other games. That's been a huge difference in the flow of this game, especially for Dexter.
Yes, you're exactly right. Dexter's only been to the free throw line 10 times, and both these other games they were there more times than that by quite a bit. Out of bounds off Poplar Bluff.
And athletically, Bluff may be a little bit better than Dexter, but it's not separated greatly. I think the speed of this offense for Dexter, too, a slower pace makes it really, really easy to guard right now.
Nichols gets it right back. He goes to the basket, up and good. Good inbounds play, and it's 45-36.
You give him an opportunity, and he knows right where to go.
And Poplar Bluff, of course, can sort of pass that. I would think if I'm Bluff, I want a jumper in the lane or a layup is about all I want right here, Bobby.
Yeah, and it looks like that was the conversation that timeout, guys. No more threes. We're just going to stand around out here to make them come out and play a little defense.
And once Dexter spreads that defense, then that free throw line's going to be open. They give it to Rivers. Back out to Williams.
And if I'm Dexter, too, you got to start figuring out who is the guy who I don't think can handle the ball the best. Go out there and try to trap him, try to guard against it.
Rivers for 3, no good, but Torrance Williams with the rebound. Back to Rivers. Another 3 ball for Poplar Bluff, short, no good. Rebound by Rivers, up and good. 2 more offensive rebounds, Bobby, just what we talked about, that just, if Dexter to get back in the game has to be able to stop those. Bowles with the basketball, gives it off to Nichols. Behind the back, little jumper, he'll be fouled, go to the line to shoot 2. You really got to, I think as Dexter goes back and looks at this tape, they'll really discuss the defensive rebounding, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, a lot of rebounding, body positioning, just effort right there. I mean, all the way around. Another kid, I think Dexter, 2 kids who I think has got to be in the scorebook. Jim, you and I have talked about it a lot this year for Dexter. To get to a win, you need 55 points in high school basketball. We feel like if you can score 55, most nights you're going to get a chance to win. Where does it come from? Cole Nichols has 20, so you're a far cry from 55. Who else, and Braden Pullum right now is sitting at 0 points tonight. I think that kid can contribute. He can do some things. He needs to be in that 7 to 10 point range most nights. They've got to find him ways to get to the basket as well. Chris Stone, another one. I think he's got to be in that 7 to 10 range. He's sitting at 0 tonight. Another kid who I think can greatly contribute to that offense, but it has not happened tonight.
Bluff with the ball and the 10-point lead. Graham goes inside, goes up, makes the basket. Can't believe they didn't call that a foul, quite honestly, but they didn't, and Graham gets the basket. Nichols goes down, and it's going to be a block, and we'll send Nichols, nope, not to the line. That foul will go on Durden.
Well, the tone was set, I think, early in this game. A lot of strong contact will be allowed. You've got to play through it.
Right, I would agree with that. It's been consistently that way. You're exactly right. So Stone looks to inbounds. Nothing there. Now gets it in the corner for Nichols. Nichols a long three, short, no good.
That's a tough shot
too. He's just worn out.
Well, a step back three anytime is a tough shot here at the high school level.
Williams with the ball, double team in the corner, and we're going to have a timeout by Coach Durden because he saw that same thing, Bobby. He saw that they were trapped and they were in trouble. We'll keep it here once again. It's a 12-point Poplar Bluff lead, 49-37. And I do think 3 games, 3 nights, a really physical game against the Cape Central Tigers earlier in the week on Monday night. And then last night, I think Coach Allen would have liked to have had a little bigger lead a little earlier to maybe give some kids some rest. Didn't get the opportunity to really do that against Kennett because Kennett competed well. So that comes into play, no question.
Yeah, that, and from what I understand, some of these kids are not at 100% feeling the best anyway for Dexter. We don't know of what, but, they just didn't come into this game feeling 100%. That affects it, but when the lights come on, you've got to dig down and go deeper, and they hadn't been able to find it tonight. And for Bluff right now, you've got Durden and Rivers. They have carried the team tonight. I mean, they've shot it well. Defensively, they've been where they needed to. Rebounding-wise, they've been where they needed to. I don't know who the star is there. It's probably a Torrance Williams. He has 7 in the game. Graham with 5. But those are things that start to separate out the difference in the game. Just things you can do differently when the ball's not in your hand, getting to open, getting to the 3, and Dexter not be able to cover it earlier. I mean, boy, those are some big things in the game. And really, too, free throws. Those 4 free throws, that could come down to be a big moment. If Dexter closes this thing, you wonder where you're at with those 4 technicals.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the one thing you do like with Poplar Bluff, too, like you said, Durden and Rivers tonight. Last night it was Graham and Hickman Roberson. So they've got some guys, a variety of guys who can put points on the board. No question. They've done a great job defensively tonight now. Great scheme, and they've done just a fantastic job.
Dexter's going to have to do something a lot differently in a hurry. Boy, a lot of contact again, Jim.
Yeah. A lot of contact. You're exactly right.
From Dexter, I mean, the contact on Durden going through there.
Right. Yeah, exactly right. They're going to call that on Graham on the floor, team foul number 6. And, yeah, out of that scrum to pick one guy is a little tough probably, but Graham's the lucky winner there. So Nichols with the ball in the backcourt, gets it ahead to Josephate. He picks up his dribble and gets trapped and then turns it over to Durden. And Logan, as a senior, has got to know you cannot dribble into that corner and pick up that dribble into that trap. To Stone. Stone gets it ahead to Josephate. Kicks it out. Pullen for 3. Good. There you talked about Braden Pullen being the scorer for Dexter, and he gets 3, and it's an 11-point game, 51-40.
Well, right there, Dexter needs to find a guy to trap. I don't know that Graham is the best ball handler on the team.
Josephate with the block. Good call by the official there, no question.
I mean, I don't think Dexter can have a chance to come back and win this down 11 if you're going to play a softer defense there. You're going to have to man up, trap where you can. Come out of something a little bit different than Bluff is used to right now. I mean, it's a zone defense and you're up 11. It's not a shocker what to do with the basketball.
Bluff with the ball. It was the 4th foul, by the way, on Josephate, the 5th team foul on Dexter. Scott with it. And Dexter has extended that defense some, but still in the zone. Graham to Rivers, and back to Graham. Inside to Scott. Oh, nice little give and go, but he's walked on that, and that's a turnover. Somebody's got to help out here. They do get it into Nichols. Gets it across to Pullum. Pullum stop, pop three, off the mark, no good. Rebound run down by Bowes. He kicks it to Stone. Stone for three, good. Oh, air ball, sorry. Thought that went through. Saw the net move.
Well, on the floor and almost a steal for him.
It's been as if great move by Graham. It's been as if Dexter's been a step slow all night on balls on the floor, stuff like that, and Bluff's just hustled to the ball a little better. No question about that. Joseph Pate with the ball. Poplar Bluff up by 13. Back door to Nichols. He goes up off the glass and good. 2 more for Nichols. He's got 23, and it's 23 of the 42.
The scoring banter back and forth is not the game Bluff wants to play right now.
Graham's shot is good. There's your 55 you're talking about to win a game, though, Bobby.
Yeah, 55, and they've put themselves in a good spot.
Nichols behind the back, down the floor, spin move on Scott, up and good. Good move by Cole.
Jim, I just will not understand why in the world is Poplar Bluff in such a hurry to score.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would pull it out, make us foul. Joseph Pate just fouled out of the ball game for the Bearcats. I agree with you. It doesn't make a lot of sense exactly.
Team foul number 6.
Unless Coach Durden believes that they're better in a transition game than they are in the free throw shooters, possibly.
Well, barring a comeback from Dexter, that will be the last time we will see Logan Joseph Pate in the SEMO Conference tournament, as he has fouled out. So trying to check the numbers on him real quick. 3 points and 3 rebounds by Logan Joseph Pate.
11-point game, and Isaiah Neville at the line to shoot a 2-shot foul, I believe, and it's good. Poplar Bluff, 8 of 11 from the free throw line tonight. Shot it very well. Second one, also good.
Well, Bluff is really pressuring the ball every turn you look. Inbounds, coming up the floor there, everywhere.
And face guarding Cole Nichols, as you talked about earlier. Rivers with the basketball, kicks it in the corner to Pullum. Pullum picks up his dribble, kicks it back to Stone. And Stone will go to the line now to shoot a 1-on-1. David Durbin is guarding Cole Nichols right now, and he's not even looking at the basketball. He's just looking at Cole. You know.
And that's where they need to be. But for Bluff, that's a bad foul. That's way, way away from the basket. And you've stopped the clock for Dexter. Don't help him climb back in this game.
Chris Stone goes to the free throw line looking for his first points of the night. He's got 4 rebounds. Up and good. He'll have a second one here. 12-point game, 57-45, 2:19 to go in this game. So just a reminder, 2 games tomorrow night here on the Aycorp Media Networks at 6 and 7:30, and then 3 on Friday night at 5:30, 7 and 8:30. And not only that, we have the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament that will start the 26th of December. Cross steal by Nichols. He has to pull it up. He's cut off there by a double team. Spin move, kicks it across to Pullum. Pullum, little jump shot, long, no good. Rebound taken down by Graham. Graham comes out of there, 4-on-2 break, kicks it off, up and good by Isaiah Neville. Neville with 8 now. 13-point game, 59-46. Stone, 15-foot jumper from the free throw line, no good, but he'll shoot 2 as he was fouled as the ball was released. Goes on Torrance Williams. Third foul on Williams, 8th team foul, and it'll send Chris Stone the line to shoot.
Jim, looking at Bluff, they are likely going to move on and play Sikeston. They can't make those minimal mistakes. They fouled Stone there again. You stop the clock. Near to the lane at least this time. The one-way out top, so what if Stone shoots that and hits it, it's now still an 11-point game, 1:35 left. Don't do things to help teams. Bluff will have to play a smarter game come Friday night if they want to win in these situations.
23 of 52 from the field for Bluff, too, so they're shooting about 46% or so from the field here tonight. Ball's loose. Stone gets the steal. Gets it ahead to Nichols. Cole goes to the basket. Going to be on the floor, and he'll shoot a 1-and-1. That foul went on Brendan Durden.
Jim, any guesses on your part for Charleston and Jackson and then New Madrid, Cape?
I will go with Cape Central over New Madrid. I think honestly, I may be wrong on this, but I think Cape Central is a little more complete than New Madrid, and I will say I liked Jackson the other night, but I don't know how you pick against Charleston, the Blue Jays, the defending state champs, and they just got so much talent with P.J. Farmer back. I just don't know how you pick against them. Another steal by the Bearcats here. Pullen gets it, kicks it off to Nichols. He'll take a three. It's up. It's short, no good. Rebound's loose. Pullen comes away with it. It's still loose. Now taken away by Durden. He comes down the floor, kicks it off, and that'll be a foul on Croft on the drive down the floor, and that'll be a 1-and-1 situation as we got a 10-point game with 58 seconds to go. What about you? Your thoughts?
You know, I'm going to match your pick on a Cape Central game. I'm a large fan of the Charleston Blue Jays, but they have not exactly lit it up from outside the arc. The job that Jackson did last night in this gym, they shot it so well. Everything worked for them. Now, it's a different team, Sikeston and Charleston, I know, but I don't know that Charleston has yet played enough as a team with PJ in there and getting a rotation. I don't feel like they're as deep as they seemed to be last year. Their aggressive defense, I haven't seen it been effective enough as I'd like it to be. I'm going to say that is going to be a nail-biter. I'm going to upset Jackson in that pick tomorrow night.
Well, Jackson, I believe, is not a 5 seed. I mean, they're an awful talented team. Inside to Peyton Bowles up and good. I think there'll be 2 good games tomorrow night. I think they both will be really good games. Pulling with the steal, and he gets fouled and go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
And don't get me wrong, like I said, I'm a large fan of Charleston.
Right.
There's just some things that I haven't seen in them shoot the ball from the floor as well. When you've got a big 6'9" kid like Clayton Ernston there, he's going to be taking on
Katarian Owens.
Katarian Owens, yeah. And I like Owens, but that's a lot of size difference in there, you know.
Yep.
And I think that's such a big man. That's going to be a matchup problem. Charleston's going to need to shoot the ball well from outside, and we haven't seen it tonight. Standback is a great shooter, but he has not shot it probably as well as he'd like to this year. If he comes out on fire and PJ can come out shooting it well, that's going to change the narrative of that game. It would change my pick, but right now I just have not seen the ball going through the hoop enough from outside from them.
I will say that either way, Friday night's games will be really enjoyable because you've got some good quality teams there. Nichols on the foul. All those games will be left. The Sikeston Bluff game will be a good game, I think, in the Consolation Championship. I think whoever the third place game is, you'll have a great matchup, and whoever the championship game is, you'll have a great matchup, no question. So,
and there was a point that I would have told you if you'd have asked me maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I'd have told you it was going to be Cape Central and Charleston in the finals.
Yeah,
no doubt in my mind, but.
Free throw good. Durden, a really nice night. Brendan Durden, I believe that gives him 20 on the night, the sophomore, and he's a nice player for these Poplar Bluff Mules. Second free throw to take it back to a 10-point game. He knocks it down. 21 now for him. Nichols in the backcourt. Somebody's got to help here. They finally do get it into Stone. He goes up for the layup, high off the glass, no good. Tipped up, no good. Rebound by Rivers. And that foul on the Bearcats with 19.1 left.
Well, I think at 19.1 left, you know, I don't see a 10-point comeback. You could probably let it run out from there if you're Dexter.
The Bearcats will be off, of course, the rest of this week. Then they go to Richland on a Monday night to play the Richland Rebels. To Jackson on Tuesday, and then Friday night to Woodland to play the Cardinals. So they've got another 3-game stretch next week. Bluff, of course, has this, and then they'll go up next week to the Route 66 shootout with St. Louis Christian Knights and Waynesville.
Jim, if you have Dexter coming up in the schedule, do you try to face guard Cole Nichols the whole game just like this, as this is a precursor to what you need to do defensively?
Shots no good. I absolutely do that if I have the talent to do that. Off to Williams. He'll pull it back out wisely, and that we're going to have a final here. It will be 64 for Poplar Bluff, 53 for Dexter. We're going to keep it right here and do some stats, and then we'll send it down to Joe and Hannah. Bobby, you want to go through a little bit here?
Yeah, we'll hit scoring real quick. In the game for Dexter, Chris Stone had 5, Cole Nichols 25, Crop had 6, Peyton Bowles 9, and Braden Pullum 5. Also, Logan Joseph had 3. And real quick, we'll go to Gavin Rivers had 11, Torrance Williams 2, and have to start over. We just flipped that page there. Neville had 8 in the game. Darius Graham had 12. Gavin Rivers 11. Torrance Williams 2. David Durbin 3. 7 in the game by Hickman Robinson, and 21 by our player of the game, Braden Durden. And that wraps it up for them. They shot at 44%, so they did pick up their shooting in the second half, played it well. 19 offensive boards. You can't say it enough what they were able to do right there, Jim. That's a difference maker in the game. Only 4 of 19 from 3. You know, that's going to cause problems if it turns into a three-point shooting contest. Sikeston had it well tonight, but, boy, both of these teams can be hot and cold. That's a watch-out area in that game.
I would
agree.
Both teams. I would agree. They'll be on Friday night against the Sikeston Bulldogs. We're going to send it down to Joe and Hannah for some post-game, and they'll give you a wrap and get you set for tomorrow night. From the broadcast booth, good night, and down to Hannah and Joe.
Well, Hannah, I can tell you it was the best of times and worst of times for these two teams here tonight, but at the end, Poplar Bluff gets the win 64-53.
That's right. You know, both teams showed out, and they came to play, but unfortunately Dexter came up short. They just didn't have, they keyed in on Cole Nichols, and that's what you had to do to win the ballgame.
Still a strong night from Nichols, 18 points for the Bearcats, but indeed we saw once more with 4 games in 6 days, the fatigue really starting to set in. Now for Poplar Bluff, we talk about a team that we really haven't had a chance to see much of this season, that they, once again, now 2-1 on the season, getting the win over the Bearcats tonight. Really, they're doing it with large presence and large guard play. That had to be their key tonight.
Yeah, exactly. They scored when they needed to score. They penetrated the lane. They got in the paint. They used their size, against Dexter, which is what they needed to do to win tonight.
And that's exactly what's going to get them into the Consolation Championship for the second consecutive year over against the Sikeston Bulldogs. That is a 5:30 start on Friday night. Now we take a look into tomorrow. Before we do that, though, before we take a look into tomorrow, Hannah, we do have our stars of the night that we're going to go ahead and give out. Who's yours?
Mine is number 30, Brendan Durden. So he played from Poplar Bluff. He played an excellent game. I don't even know how many points he ended up with.
20 on the evening.
So he played wonderful. That's who I choose for my player of the night.
And once again, his free throw presence, too. You cannot deny that he is getting the job done. My star of the night goes to Dontrez Williams of Sikeston, was the key fire starter that got things going in the second half for the Bulldogs to escape with a 69-44 victory with 23 points, I believe 10 rebounds as well. At least had 8 from what we counted, but nonetheless, we're starting to see more of that young core from Sikeston really start to take flight, and it's going to be interesting to see 2 really young teams compete against each other on Friday nights for the consolation title.
Exactly, and tomorrow night will be an even greater game. Lots of competition here. You have Charleston and Jackson, which will be a great matchup.
That's what we like to call a segue in the industry.
Yes.
Charleston and Jackson, that's going to be our 6 o'clock game. And we mentioned, two teams that are going to be high octane, high performance. If you like scoring, you're going to like this game tomorrow night. What are you looking forward to in that one?
I'm looking forward to Charleston coming out, B.J. Williamson being back, and so I think it'll be a good matchup. Jackson has the height against Charleston, and so both teams have the height. They have the inside game, so we'll see what they can do.
P.J. Farmer back at action, which we mentioned to on Tuesday night. His first play back in the game, 3-point shot, made it work like clockwork. But he is going to have that big battle with Clayton Ernst and, of course, to Katerion Owens in the battle as well. It's going to be a fun one. That's a 6 o'clock start. And then a rematch of last year's championship game in the semifinals between 2 state-ranked teams nonetheless as well, with New Madrid County Central and Cape Central. That's going to be slated for the 7:30 start. And that one, you mentioned B.J. Williamson, a dynamite force he is, and also, too, with Jadis Jones. How are they going to try to counter with the tall forces of Cape Central?
You know, Jadis Jones is really good inside. He battles. He has the body. He has the build. He competes, you know, and so does B.J. Williamson. For the height difference, B.J. competes to the height that he plays against.
They're going to have to get off against Cam Williams and company. That is the 7:30 game tomorrow night. So we have one side of the bracket nearly complete. We still have 2 more to solve tomorrow, and that is where we will join you tomorrow evening. We go on the air at about 5:50 or so with our pregame coverage, and then we will toss it up to Darren Scott and Tommy Jacobs for the call of the 2 games tomorrow night right back here from the field house. Tonight's game is brought to you by Southeast Health and Mayor Law Office. For our entire Aycorp Media crew, for Jim Riker, Bobby Alford, our producer Luke Carter, director Spitzer Magruder, Andrew Moore on the graphics, Joe Northern Saint, and of course Hannah Thurman. Can't forget Hannah. Joe Northern Saint, so long from the field house. We'll see you tomorrow night.